Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized. Welcome to Downsized Live, our regular Wednesday opportunity to talk to you guys.
I'm freezing. I'm so cold today. It's 63 degrees outside. It's 70 degrees in our house. I should not be freezing. I am. Feel my hands. I cannot get warm, and I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know if it's a function of the medicine. Maybe it's because I didn't work out today because I had a doctor's appointment. Are y'all cold all the time? Because I am cold all the time. And our daughter is here and she says, Mom, it's not cold in here. It's not even a little bit cold in here. I said, I can't get warm. I've been sitting in front of the little portable heater. It's terrible. So we've got the lights on in our home office studio here. So hopefully that usually heats it up a little bit. So I'm Laraine Durham. That's Christopher Durham. Married 22 years as of next Saturday.
Somehow, simply Taisha, I think I just messed up. I think I just accidentally banned Taisha.
You banned Taisha? What happened?
I don't know. I don't touched the button. Let me look here. You talk to them. Let me look behind the scenes here.
One of our biggest supporters. And
Taisha, we love you. I'm sorry. No, if that's the case, we did not mean to.
You banned her video?
No, not her video. Talk to them. Let me look here.
It's so hard to find good help.
It is hard to find good help here.
Somebody said about one of our Facebook pages, oh, you should change the picture and make this and this and this and that. I was like, I'll get my tech person right on it. My tech person, my editor, my my do everything person. So anyway. This is our weekly live show where we take questions from you guys, our viewers. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do it because I think we're like 5 subscribers away from 12,000. We might have already hit it by now. But if you could please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button because, you don't want to hurt my feelings. Right? So if you're here, hit the like button. Let us know. Put a comment in the chat. Say hello. Say where you're from. Say if you're cold. So cold. And while he's farting around, I'll just start by telling you. So I've lost 52, 53-ish pounds on tirzepatide, the compounded version. And I've done... I think we're in week 76. So all of those shots except for 3 have been compounded versions. My starting weight was 193. My weight this morning was 140. So that's 53 pounds down. I've been in maintenance now since the summertime. So coming up on about 9 months in maintenance. I got all the way up to a 12.5 milligram dose of tirzepatide. And once I hit my goal weight, I started dropping back down. My first goal weight was 150. So I hit 150 and I still continue to lose. So I dropped down my dose. I dropped to 10 milligrams and then I dropped it again after about 6 weeks to the 7.5 milligram dose. So I've been on the 7.5 milligram dose for 6 months, I think, at this point. So, yeah, if we say if you're on a dose and it's working, stay on that dose, right? So, if it's working, maximize the effects of each dose. So now I'm trying to figure out if I need to go down a dose again. If I need to go down to 5. I tried to go down to 5 briefly on my way down about 6 months ago, and I just felt too much food noise. I got too hungry. So I had a doctor's appointment this morning. Have you figured out your thing yet, or should I just keep talking?
No, I think I accidentally banned Simply Taisha. If anybody knows her, tell her I apologize.
Somebody messaged. Do I have her text?
I'm trying to figure out how to get her back in the whole...
Can't you see the people that you've banned? I know you've banned a couple of
only a couple of people.
Only a couple of mean people.
I think I got her back in, but I'm not really sure.
All right,
I feel
Taisha,
really bad. I'm so sorry.
I know you didn't do it on purpose. Like Taisha's going on the cruise with us. We've
No, we
interviewed
love you,
her
Taisha.
twice.
Yeah.
I shout out to her Instagram all the time. Simply Taisha.
Yeah,
Approved
I added her
users.
there, and she's not there, so maybe it's okay. I'm
Maybe
not really
she's
sure.
okay now.
Well, I'll talk. You text Taisha and tell her.
All right, I'll tell you about my doctor's
I'll talk.
appointment.
Oh, Christopher Durham, 56 years old,
I don't think I have her phone number, though.
5'10.5". I started at 286.4 pounds on September 29th of last year. As of this morning, I weigh 185 pounds. So a little more than 100 pounds, kind of bobbling or a little more than 100 pounds down, bobbling right there, which is good. This is really my, I don't know, second or third week of maintenance. So I don't know. We're just figuring it out. It's kind of crazy, though. So let's see here. Always learning something new on this YouTube adventure. Let me talk to some people out here. Kieran in the UK. Kieran, how are you, sir? If you don't follow Kieran on his YouTube channel, Mounjaro Fat to Fit, go check him out. He just started a channel not too long ago. Hello, everyone. Kieran. Crump 133, thank you for being a member. Crump 133, hello, CD and LD and the Downsizers. Happy Wednesday. Thank you very much. Lovely one. Can we also talk about the interview that Dave did today with the OFA president, CEO, or something like that? He made me feel more confident in our chances with his points. What do you two think? So I saw the interview as well. You know,
I just emailed Taisha. I don't have her phone number.
How did I feel about that? So I've worked in the trade industry a long time, not in this trade, but in the grocery trade business and the branding trade business. So basically a trade association is a membership of people in your trade. So in his case, it's the Outsourcing Facilities Association, which means there's a whole lot of 503B pharmacies that pay to be members of that. So he works for 503B pharmacies. Pretty much what he said is what I would expect the president of a trade association for 503B pharmacies to be. Is he right or wrong? I have no earthly idea. Am I positive or negative right now about what's going to happen? I wish I could tell you wonderful, exciting things.
Taisha, hey, Laraine, I'm not upset. Still watching. Yay!
Sorry, Taisha.
Yay! Sorry.
I wish I could tell you it was absolutely going to be okay. I don't know that I can tell you that. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. The reality of compounding pharmacies in general was the original regulations were written for 503Bs when things were in shortage so that they could fill in for the gap. And for 503As to fill personal prescriptions one-on-one for Taisha or Laraine or me if I have an allergy or my child can't take a medicine or whatever. So those regulations were never designed to supersede patent law. They were never designed to have large-scale pharmacies fill thousands of prescriptions a day. I don't know what's going to happen other than a whole lot of lawyers are going to make a whole lot of money.
This is Lorraine's analysis of what he just said. Lily, if the drug is in shortage, compounding pharmacies can make copies under the FDA regulations. So the question is Zepbound in shortage? Eli Lilly has said it's not in shortage anymore. Yay!
Well, the challenge is right now that's not even really the question in the court.
But this is how it happened. Eli Lilly said there was no shortage. The compounding, the OFA, the guys who represent the compounding pharmacies said, we don't believe Eli Lilly, and FDA, we think you took their word for it a little too quickly, and we want to see the receipts. Is it really in shortage?
Yep.
Or is it really not in shortage?
Yep.
They want it to be in shortage. The compounding people want it to be in shortage so they can continue to compound, right? Without any other kind of restrictions. So if the drug, if Zepbound is no longer in shortage and the FDA says the drug is no longer in shortage, then the compounders...
The 503Bs.
Compounders are going to have a tough time doing the compounding. Like, maybe they can get around it with different doses, personalized additives, B vitamins. Will that work? TBD. IDK. And then the legal battle kind of has like, but this and this and this, and Novo Nordisk got involved in this, but this and this. So right now it's just kind of going through all these gyrations in the court, but that's the bottom line, right? We want to know if Zepbound is still in shortage. Can compounding legally continue? If it can't continue because it's not in shortage, what happens next?
Right now, the question is not whether or not Zepbound is in shortage. The question is, in the court, is did the FDA follow their regulations to determine this shortage?
Basically, we're arguing over, is it in shortage? Did the FDA...
But that's not what the judge will rule on. He will not rule on whether it's in shortage.
The judge will rule on whether or not the FDA followed the proper procedure when the FDA declared Zepbound was no longer in shortage.
Correct. It's a procedural question.
Right. Eli Lilly says Zepbound is no longer in shortage. The FDA said, okay, Eli Lilly, we agree that the Zepbound is no longer in shortage. The OFA said, oh, wait a minute, FDA, we don't think you followed the proper steps to be able to say that.
So all that
Legal
to be
battle.
said, I think I listened to the guy and he sounded very smart and he may well be right. I certainly am not a lawyer or the president of a trade association that has pharmacies.
We do have a trade association.
But not pharmacies. What we're doing personally is hoping for the best and planning for the worst.
Yeah.
Literally. So I hope it's going to all work out. However, we're making sure that we have enough medication to get us through the next 6 months to a year, whether it be a combination of branded medication and compounded medication. We're doing everything we can. So if we got to go to Lilly Direct and pay for those expensive files, that's what we're going to do.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So I was at my doctor's appointment this morning, and if you've been watching, if you've been watching for the past year, you might have heard me talk about last year at this time I had a doctor's appointment, and I told my doctor, she's really a nurse practitioner, but I'll call her doctor for this, for all intents and purposes. I told her I was on compounded tirzepatide, and she said, like, no words. She just nodded her head. I showed her my spreadsheet with my whatever weeks of things that I had last year at this time, and she just kind of, And at that time, I had lost about 30 pounds. So I'd gone from about 193 to 160, say. And she was happy with that, so she didn't really say much about it. So fast forward, my height changed, but I'll get to that in a minute. So fast forward to this year, she comes in, she goes, you look great. I see you're still on the compounded tirzepatide. How's that going? And so, me, I'm telling her all about it. And I said, I'm wondering, and I showed her my 3-page spreadsheet because she said, oh, well, you're not in an obese BMI now. It might be hard for you to get the medication. And I said, well, what I was hoping and what I wanted to ask you today is if you could write me a prescription to Lilly Direct for the 7.5
for 10. Yeah.
Or 10. But those are priced at $4.99.
Which is expensive, which we don't really want to do, but we're going to do what we have to do.
Mochi is $1.99 plus the membership fee. $4.99 is more dollars. Okay. And she said, well, I could do that. She said, but are you still able to get compounded? I said, well, yes, today I do have some compounded medication on hand. I have some on order from Mochi when it comes. Who could say? But she said what she suggested that I do. She goes, you know what? Just write out the compounding as long as you can. She said, I'll be glad to send you a prescription for Lily Direct, because once that goes in, you'll have to pay for it, and then every 45 days you'll have to keep up with it, or else they raise the price on you. And I said, yeah, that's true. So we're just gonna keep going with what we got until we can't. And she started telling me, she goes, well, Lily Direct, they're the vials you have. I'm like, yeah, I've given myself 75 shots, mostly in my stomach. I'm very comfortable with a vial and needle. She goes, oh yeah, I guess so. She goes, now I'm not exactly sure how the Lily Direct works. And I pulled out a printout out of my purse and I said, oh, I printed this out
It's easy. It's just like sending it to any pharmacy.
Yeah, in case you need it, because I don't know how it works either. But she goes, oh, okay, so you understand how this works. I said, yes, ma'am, I do. So, so that's my worst case scenario at this point.
But so hope for the best, plan for the worst. Honestly, my belief is in the next year we'll see a few more medications come out. I think Lilly's orforglipron will be out third, fourth quarter next year. And by then, and people keep telling me I'm wrong, and maybe I will be, but so far I've been right on the prices coming down. And I think that will launch at a much cheaper price because they want to capture a huge share of market. So that daily pill will be a lot cheaper to make and distribute. I think they're going to bring it out with a gangbuster price. Zepbound will stay in the $400 or $500 range, and then when retatrutide comes out, it'll be in the $800 to $1,000 range, and they'll have a whole mix from a couple $100 all the way up.
I mean, that's what we are hoping for.
That's
right?
What I believe.
Is that what's happening today? That is not currently happening.
But that's what, so it's, you don't have to plan for the rest of your life. I just need to plan for
like we just have to get through like maybe a year, worst case scenario, a year from now, year and a half from now. So I certainly don't want to go off this medication. And I discussed that with my doctor today. She said, no, you don't need to come off this medication. I said, no, I don't ever want to come off this medication. People stay on this people stay on high blood pressure, high cholesterol, insulin for their whole life. Like, I don't want to come off the compounded tirzepatide ever. And she agreed with that. She did mention that, if I could go down to a 5 milligram dose and get comfortable on that, that is a lower price point at Lily Direct. I think it's $349, $399, something like that. So at $349, $399, it's not really that different, but will a 5 milligram dose work for me as a maintenance dose? Maybe I'll play around with that in the next couple months and see. She also, when I first got to the doctor's office this morning at 8 a.m. because I wanted to be the first appointment, the nurse took me back, put me on the scale
because she was fasting and had to have her blood done. So
yeah,
she doesn't like to do that.
Yeah, I don't like to go without food, even if I'm not hungry. Like the thought of somebody telling me I have to go without food makes me want to eat food. You guys can relate. So I get there at 8 a.m. The nurse takes me back and puts me on the scale. I weighed 143 and I weighed 140 this morning. So 3 pounds off, no big deal. I've got all my clothes on. I did take my shoes off. And I was wearing jeans. Like, I don't even care anymore. Jeans to an appointment where I know I'm going to be weighed. What am I, crazy?
3 pounds worth of clothes.
It didn't even bother me. I knew it was going to be more because scales are different, right? Scale to scale, but I didn't care because I knew what my weight was going to be. Okay. So that was comforting. Then she goes, oh, let's take your height. Yeah, I'm ready for this. So to recap the history of my height, I used to be 5'5.5". About 5 years ago, I started measuring at 5'5". Okay, well, I shrunk a half inch, no big deal. Last year at my doctor's appointment, instead of my 5'5" measurement, they measured me at 5'4.25". And I got a little upset because, well, now that's really 5'4", and my goal weight should be based on 5'4", not 5'5". That's immediately what I thought of. If I'm shorter, I have to weigh less. That's just where my mind went. That's where it goes every time. So today, I'm stealing myself for, I probably shrunk more. I'm probably like 5'4" now, right? So she goes, okay, get up there. And she puts the thing on my head and I turn. So she goes, you are 5'5". Say
You're
what?
just standing up straight.
Nurse, say what? I'm like, last year I've been 5'5", and last year they measured me at 5'4 1/4. She said, yeah, I see that on this chart. Must have been wrong. I said, let's measure it again. I'm good. Let's measure it again. Thing goes down. She goes, yep, 5'5". Turned around, 165 centimeters. I think that's what it said. That's 5'5", y'all. So, and one of my friends, I posted this on my Facebook page, and one of my friends said, well, I did a science project one year, and you're taller in the morning than you are at night.
Yeah.
I said, by 3/4 of an inch? And I didn't, and probably last year.
Your spine compresses.
But probably last year I went in the morning too, because I always go in the morning because I'm fasting and I'm hungry. And
maybe the girl did it wrong.
So I'm just thinking that maybe she did it wrong. Another person on Facebook said maybe it was my hair coming back. My hair had thinned, and maybe now my hair was back. Probably not, but that could have contributed somewhat. So breaking news, Laraine is 5'5". Can I get some confetti?
I guess you can get some confetti, sure. So, I have to walk around the house with a handful of confetti for her.
I need constant positive reinforcement.
We have a chart like a kindergarten chart with stars on it for her too.
Stop it. I used to do that for my kids, so it never really worked on them. Okay, so anyway, that's my story.
Anyway, so
I have blood work done. I'll give you all the results on that.
So the OFA guy, if you haven't watched Dave's interview with the OFA, so Dave Knapp on the pen with the CEO of the OFA, you should go watch it when we're done here. He's an interesting guy, and from his mouth to God's ears, let's hope.
Hey, Androna. Hello. Val M says, wave. Hello, Val M. Lindy Lou. Hello. Hey, Lynn. Brochet. Hey, guys. Hello. Crump, Tina, Simply Taisha, I just watched your update video. It was great. Yep. We put out a video this week. I did a second interview with Simply Taisha, and we talked about what she eats being a vegan and how she gets her protein in, what she does for workouts. So great info.
So if you go to that video, you're going to see a adult warning.
Oh, right. You have to be 18 and up.
You have to be 18 and up. So what happened there? No conspiracy, nothing weird, nothing actually adult there. YouTube has trigger words that it automatically tags, and Taisha was talking about binge eating and some issues she's had. Well, it turns out binge eating is one of those things. So what it does is it automatically says you have to be 18 and up.
Is this going to trigger? Is this going to make this video?
It might. It might. Yeah, it might. Let's hope not.
It might.
But it might.
Don't say it anymore.
But basically because they're worried about eating disorders in kids, and
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But that we've never had that happen.
But this one might do it now that I've said that.
You said it a few times.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Great.
But anyway, it's a fascinating interview. You should watch.
Yeah. Hey, Linda. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Hey, Crazy Cat Lady Vanessa. Nice to see you. I'm freezing so much. Oh, so cold. I was saying that at the beginning. If you're just joining us, I've been so cold all day, and I don't know why. CTS Diva. Hey, everyone. Melby. Hey, Melby. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Happy Wednesday.
Mel, I was looking today at Club Downsized, and you were actually the very first member.
Yay. Thank you, Mel. And you can be our most newest member if you haven't joined already.
Well, the newest member just joined, and her name is Steph V.
I think I've been messaging her back and forth.
Lady in Germany, or no?
No, her name is Mona. No.
She was British.
Steffi.
I think you did an interview with Steffi.
I think this is a different Steph. I think this is Steph that's we've been emailing back and forth, and I've seen her post some on the YouTube comments. So thank you for being a member. If you'd like to be a member, you can click the join button down below. Don't click it now because it'll take you somewhere else. But after we're done here, you can check it out. You get cool little emojis like Mel B does there at the end of her name, and you get to be in Club Downsized Facebook page and
the live.
Oh, we have special live. We had live last night just for members, where you can get more personalized questions in if you want to ask us stuff.
CTS
I'm always
diva.
cold. Yeah, I didn't used to always be cold until I lost 50 pounds.
I'm cold all the time, but I always have been.
Are you related to Barb, Wendy? I freeze every evening now. Yeah, I'm so cold. Like I'm like we're gonna have to move to Florida at some point because I'm cold. Not cold in Arizona, or we can move to Arizona.
We were in Phoenix when was it, last year?
In October, yeah.
And that's a beautiful place. I don't know that that's the place for me. It feels
like I'm in Mars.
My grandfather always had a theory that the place that you grew up in the physical place, and how it looked, and the plants that were there, and the terrain was always going to be the most comfortable kind of place for you. So that when you entered places that weren't like that, they felt foreign.
Well, I guess Arizona, where we were in Phoenix, we landed.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
There's no grass. We're in North Carolina. It's very green. There's lots of grass, and there's mountains, but they have trees on them. And in Arizona, it's just like rocks, which is beautiful, but just very different than what we're used to.
We went to the
botanical gardens. I made him go to the botanical gardens.
So the world's largest cactus of some type.
It's fascinating. Stella! Less fat, less insulation. Yeah. Hello, Thin from Within 66. Good evening. I got your, she sent me an instant message with a link to the Reddit page, and I did check that out, so thank you. I was just telling my son I'm cold too. Yep, Wendy Lou, we're all cold. Crazy Cat Lady, Ozempic freeze. Yep, tirzepatide freeze. I think it's the meds for me. I got sorts of being cold all the time and being normal. I am more cold than not. So yeah. So when I come home from the gym, like I'm fine, and then when I sit at my desk for a couple hours, I guess I don't move around much and I get cold. So I didn't go to the gym today because I went to the doctor. And then after I went to the doctor, I went to Starbucks to get myself a little treat because I had blood drawn and hate having blood drawn. So I had a skinny vanilla latte. Wayne Whitmer said, the more weight you lose, or at least it's been my experience, I get colder than normal. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Lori, I'm cold all the time, and it's 80 degrees outside in South Florida. I guess you can just walk outside. Yeah. Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Diane, 91 degrees here in Tucson. Otherwise, I'm always cold as well. My feet are freezing. Yeah, I always have to wear socks to bed, like the fuzzy socks. Like I always have to wear them to bed. I cannot fall asleep if my feet are cold.
Which just means they come off of her foot, and I think there's like a bug or something in the bottom of the bed. It scares me. It scares me about once every 3 or 4 months.
He loves that when it happens.
I don't.
He does not wear socks to bed. Hey, Robin. Good evening, everyone. Hi, downsizers. Cold. 7 a.m. here. Oh, Australia. And 24 degrees Celsius on its way to 38 degrees Celsius. We don't know what that means, Craig.
That's very hot.
Yeah, I guess the seasons are reversed in Australia, right? So when we have winter, they have summer. I know that 0 is freezing in Celsius, right? Please hit the like button. Thanks for mentioning that, Lori. So y'all hit only 77 likes. There's 280 y'all on there. What, you don't like me? You're gonna make me feel bad. You're gonna give me a complex.
Girl, you're fine. You will be fine.
I'll be fine, he says. We almost had. Do we have 12,000 subscribers yet? We were like 11,995 when we started the stream. So hit the subscribe button too, if you would.
11,997.
3 people, please subscribe to my channel. If you're freezing and you haven't subscribed yet, we're your people. Diane S., me too, loving it. I don't know what that's about, but we will continue. Hi. Oh, San Diego. Beautiful San Diego. I love San Diego. My grandparents lived there when I was growing up. Cold in Massachusetts, for sure. Hey, y'all. Hey. Mingle Maid. Wayne Whitmer, not only cold, but losing the cushion makes sitting. Oh, my gosh, yes. Like when we went and got our cheeseburger at Shake Shack on, what was it, Friday? Mm-hmm. They have really hard seats. Like
They're wooden. Yeah.
they have wood tables with 4 chairs, and then they have some benches. Usually the benches are all full, and we had to sit on those. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to sit on those hard chairs. But we were able to sit in a booth. I went to, right when I first lost my weight, I went to a friend's child's soccer game. They were in like the state playoffs, and we were sitting on the hard metal bleachers like I've sat on my whole life. And I was like, why? What? There's a bone. Like, what are these bones doing? Like, it was really hard to like sit there. It was very uncomfortable. So, yeah, I never had really much butt before. So now there's nothing. There's nothing there.
Shorty.
Hey, Shorty. Good evening.
I think you were member number 2 of Club Downsized. Thank you, Shorty.
Oh my God, I'm so spent. I was commenting today on today's live on my phone, but watching the members only live from yesterday.
That's confusing. I'm confused just listening.
That's a lot of Christopher Durham happening in 2 places at once.
More than I can handle.
Definitely more than I can handle. Bonnie says, Wayne, so true. I guess about the freezing. Deb Zimmerman and the butt.
It was the booty.
And the butt. Deb Zimmerman, doors open, fans blowing here. 88 degrees in Las Vegas.
We haven't been to Las Vegas in a long time.
Viva! Yeah. No, I was
looking at Kelly Clarkson tickets today in Vegas.
And Harry Styles is supposedly.
They haven't confirmed it, but you can buy Kelly Clarkson tickets.
Yeah, I was watching this whole Kelly Clarkson TikTok. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. We won't go into that here. I do love Kelly Clarkson. Andrea says, I'm thinking of getting a heated vest. I just need to figure out my legs when I'm not at home with a heated blanket. Yeah. I heard you were back to 5'5". Congrats. Yes. 5'5".
We've been laying her out on a rack and stretching her out. So.
I had a whole 5'4". I'm sorry to leave all of my 5'4" friends behind, but 5'5" now.
You know, if we got you some of those, remember those like gravity boots or whatever you can.
My
hang upside
dad
down?
had a thing where you stand in it and put your feet in it, and then it flips you up and you hang by your feet. And one time my mom and my sister and I went to the mall, and we came back, and my dad had gotten stuck upside down in his gravity thing. We had to get him down. Wayne Whitmer, I hear you about sitting is uncomfortable to sit, especially on chairs with no padding. I know. I never had that problem. 82 pounds down.
Oh, hang on.
Yes. Tina's doing an interview with me coming up. Crump 133. So that's awesome. We can talk all about our butt.
I thought she already did an interview with me.
She was on the panel with the bariatric, the bariatric panel, but now she's lost some more weight and she wants to do a follow-up.
Cool.
I finally hit Wonderland, 25 pounds in 24 weeks. Woohoo! That's awesome. Now ready for another 25 for my second goal. Yep, those 1 to 2 pounds a week, those average weights add up over time. So good job. I was going to say, if you want to be on the Downsized Dish, Christopher, show them that beautiful bean footage. That's what that plus sides lady says.
She does.
It's funny. I like to talk to people. Go figure. And I would like to talk to you about your weight loss and put it on our channel. So everyone in YouTube land will know that you're on a GLP-1. Everybody knows I'm on a GLP-1. No, but I like to talk to people about their journey. So send me an email, and it doesn't have to be a long, involved email. Just say, I want to be on the Downsized Dish. And I'll say, click this link and pick a time. And just like that, you'll be scheduled, and we'll talk for about 30, 45 minutes. And Christopher might throw in some questions from the background, and it'll be great.
It will be great.
It'll be great. I got 108 likes now. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Laraine. Yes, I get you. I'm cold all the time. Even when it's 60s and 70s inside, I can be freezing. So we have a little heater. I'm wearing a jacket inside the house. It even has the thumb holes, right? I love jackets with thumb holes. Don't y'all think that's so fun? I got another one from Old Navy. Old Navy had all their activewear half off the other day, so I bought some things. I don't.
Yeah, she's watching. I'm not sure.
He
I
did
did
something.
something wrong, and I accidentally banned her from
But I
commenting,
text or
and
she
I don't know
texted
how to
me,
fix it. So I'm gonna
and
have to
she said she's watching and she's not upset.
tell her
So
if she has questions to text her. But we appreciate you,
Taisha,
Simply
you can
Taisha.
text
I'm
me your
really sorry.
questions. 'Cause Kristen,
This is not going to look good on my review. I'm telling you.
nope, I see a 90-day improvement
Yeah,
plan coming up.
Mark Clem, how are
Clem.
you, Mark?
Hello, everyone. Definitely does not meet expectations.
Mark Clem meets expectations,
No,
not me.
Christopher Durham.
I did an interview with Mark a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't watched it with the Downsized Dish, we're also looking for people for me to interview too as well. So say hello to Mark Clem. Mark's coming on the cruise too.
Taisha says, LOL, I'm back on.
Oh, good, Taisha.
Okay, good.
Well, I think I made you a moderator, Taisha. So if you want to block anybody, you can.
Hey, Fiona. I like that name, Fiona.
I do too.
Val, Christopher, how do you feel thin? As sometimes it takes the mind longer to catch up.
I don't really know what thin feels like. I know what fat felt like.
Oh yeah, we're familiar with that.
I don't know.
Well, you know how sometimes you pass a mirror and you don't recognize your reflection, and like I'll look for, like, if we are in a store or something and he goes one way and I go another way, and then he catches back up with me and he walks back up to me. I'm like, who is this man? Like, oh, it's my husband. Like, it's hard to pick him out in the crowd now because he's just so much.
I mean, there's
smaller.
very distinct things about being 100 pounds down, and there's people out there that have lost a lot more weight than I have. Certainly.
Well, I mean, don't discount 102 pounds down. That's substantial.
I mean, at night when I sleep, it used to be if I slept on my side, there was so much gut. The weight of it just was uncomfortable, and I just couldn't.
It does shift different, doesn't it, when you lay on your side?
There are things I notice about being smaller. Does my brain think I'm thin? Not really, no.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I look at smaller clothes now, and they don't look small to me. Like the stuff I just bought from Old Navy, I bought mostly smalls. And I held it up, I'm like, oh, this looks big. Maybe the sizes just got smaller.
But honestly, thin was never really a goal for me. That wasn't.
Was for me. Yeah, well, now it's healthy and strong and had muscle.
I am pleased with where I am now. I don't have any desire to lose any more weight. So.
Lisa Roselli, my husband and I are going to be starting Mounjaro this week. Excellent. We're both nervous about what to expect. Any tips for just starting out? Boy, do we have tips. So many tips. So I'll say it.
You want the simple version? Or
I'll say a tip, and then you say a tip. You go first.
I
know what your tips are.
I only have
you
two
go
tips.
first.
Maybe three.
All right, go first.
Take the shot. Every week, take the shot. Don't skip shots. Take the shot. Doesn't matter. The only reason you should not take your shot is if there's a medical reason and your doctor says don't take the shot. Take the shot every week. Every week.
Same time of day, preferably same day of the week, same time of day. Eat 30 grams of protein before you take your shot. Take your shot on a day where if it makes you tired, you can rest the next day. Like we like Friday after lunch is when we take our shot. Some people take their shot at night and then they just go to sleep. What else can I tell you? Drink water. I have my 40-ounce favorite cup and I try to fill it up at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. I think this is cup number 2 for me today. I'm a little bit behind. Get your protein in, eat your protein first, right? So you won't be able to eat a whole lot of anything at first because your appetite will just be very, very suppressed. So eat your protein first. Try to get 30 grams of protein at a meal, and then eat vegetables, fiber, and then if you have room for anything else, then fit whatever else will fit. You'll be able to eat more as time goes on. So if you need to supplement with a protein shake or a protein supplement, don't be afraid to do that. I love a protein shake. He hates all protein supplements.
Pretty much.
If you can get some exercise in, if you can do some weightlifting and try to keep the muscle that you have, I think it's a great idea. If that's not your thing, maybe just walking. If that's not your thing, maybe just moving around your house a little bit more. I work out almost 3 to 5 times a week. He does not. So I've lost 50 pounds. He's lost 102. So, you can really, it's the food suppression. It's the appetite suppression. It's the eating in a calorie deficit that is going to cause you to lose weight. Everything else is just kind of extra tips. So, yeah. That's my tips.
Was it my turn?
I think I have a video with some tips.
I mean, the other thing I would tell you is
back.
that taking these medications is a completely different mindset. So these medications are a medical treatment for the disease of obesity. They're not a diet. And all of the tips and the tricks and all the stuff are really kind of irrelevant. Take the shot, talk to your doctor, talk to a nutritionist if you need to. I do this the simplest possible way possible. She tries to complicate it as much as possible.
I want to do all the things.
It's worked for both of us. So what do? I take the shot. I eat real food. I don't eat any protein supplements. I don't do any. I eat real food, and I start with meat or other real proteins, beans, whatever, but meat usually. So chicken, fish, beef, pork, whatever, it doesn't matter. Typically it's grilled or roasted or something. There's not a lot of fried foods. The fats, particularly early on, will upset your stomach a lot of times.
Yeah, they do.
And then vegetables, and then some carbs and some fats. Typically in that order, because you only have a few bites. I don't eat anything that tastes bad.
Yeah, don't.
If it tastes bad, I don't eat it.
Don't mix stuff together.
And we
come
don't
up
restrict
with
any.
concoctions.
We don't
Just
restrict
eat whatever
any food.
you want, really, because you won't be able to eat much of anything.
But my goal is to eat fresh food as much as possible. Period. The only supplement I take is a multivitamin. I don't take anything else.
I take a couple.
A lot of people do, though.
Yeah.
You can get really worried about side effects. And what I would tell you about side effects is there is no way to stop a side effect from happening. If your body is going to have a side effect from whatever, the medicine in your body are going to do it. There is, however, a way to actively manage. I know, I believe that 100%. There is, however, a way to actively manage the side effects.
Tell us more.
Please do, because you're always constipated.
I am always constipated, and that was my main side effect. So you might experience some constipation, so you might want to have a remedy for that on hand. Drinking water will help. I take 2 fiber gummies a day. That's 5 grams of fiber, which isn't that much, but it helps. I have something I found through talking to people called Mag07. It's on our Amazon store. If you want to go to thedownsized.org and click on store, there's a bunch of products on there, and the Mag07 is on there. It helps with constipation.
But here's the thing about that. According to Lillian Novo's research, 20 to 30% of people have any one given side effect. So not everybody does, despite what Facebook groups will tell you.
Some people have none.
Not everybody. I have never needed to take a
none.
supplement for any of the stuff. I've had very minor constipation. I get diarrhea, but I actually get it less now because my body always did that. So work with each other. If you're doing it together, it's a lot easier. Eat together. Figure it out. What are you doing, Boo?
I think Lori sent us a super chat.
Oh, well, yeah, that's here.
Okay.
And then come back and ask questions. If we can help you, we will. There we go.
GLP-1 Journey in Review sent us $5. Thanks for the live. Got to go. We'll watch the replay. Thank you, Lori. Yay! Super chat. We did a Downsized Dish interview with GLP-1 Journey in Review.
She has a channel as well.
She has a channel, so go check that out. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your super chat.
Let's see here. Anyway, so Lisa, feel free to ask questions, and there's lots of people in here, so get to know people. They know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can also join my Facebook group. It's called the Downsized GLP-1 Journey.
Adventures.
Yeah, because we like to say adventure, not journey. Anyway, but if you type in the Downsized GLP-1, it should come up. You have to answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, I will not let you in, and it will automatically reject you. So the questions are, do you agree to follow the rules, and just some basic things like that, just to keep bots and things out of the group.
There's lots of bots and trolls and various things. We try to make it a safe place. So.
Try to kick those out. Thanks. I think I got these on Shein. They're my readers, and they're gigantic. Oprah had some gigantic ones, so I wanted to be like Oprah.
And Lisa, did I see you scheduled a Downsized Dish interview?
She did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. She did.
Shorty.
Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Yay. Shorty, we need to do an interview with you. You've been around for quite some time.
Told you, I think she was member number 2.
Yeah. So send me an email, Laraine at the downsized .org. Is it org?
It
I
is.
can't remember. Laraine at the downsized.org, and we'll get you signed up to be on the Downsized Dish, my weekly series where we talk to people. Downsizing Diva, looking skinny in that picture, girl. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Her name is Shay, and she also has a YouTube channel called Downsizing Diva.
I was chit-chatting with her the other day on her live. I don't have a lot to add to they were having a conversation about menopause and perimenopause. So I just said
there.
hello. I don't have a lot to add.
You said, I have a wife that is in those things.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I talked to my doctor about, I guess I'm fully in menopause now. So this time last year, I was like, I think I am, but I'm not sure. It's confirmed. And that blood work the blood work showed it actually last year. It was very strange. I think the tirzepatide cleared the path for that to happen. I asked my doctor that, and she's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, that's my theory.
Let's see. There's 228 people out there. Hello, everybody. If you're new here, my name's Christopher.
I'm Laraine.
And we talk about GLP-1s, weight loss, the disease of obesity, cruises occasionally, you name it. I am down 102 pounds after a little bit more than a year and I don't know.
76 weeks.
76 weeks. And how about you?
As of this morning, 53 pounds down. Yeah, I went from 193 to today I'm 140. And I also talked to my doctor about goal weight. She goes, what do you think your goal weight should be? And I'm like, I don't know, because now I'm 5'5" again. And that I thought I was 5'4". And anyway, and I said, she goes, well, where do you think? Where do you feel good? And I said, I think between 140 and 145. I mean, I don't, really feel the need to go any lower than I am now. I want to keep my muscle. I'm wearing a size 4 or 6, which is weird because I was always a 14 or 16 or 12. So, I feel good, and I think and she goes, yeah, sounds good to me. So we can call that best weight. I like the term best weight rather than goal weight because maybe this is my best weight. Hey, Jennifer, Nebraska. Howdy. Do you live in Nebraska? I think we asked this question last time.
This question.
Woot. Thanks, Steph. Karen.
Thanks for being a member,
Hey, Karen.
Taisha's back. Sorry about that, Taisha. so wrong. I think you're also now a moderator. So if you would just want to randomly,
I think
block
that little
people
wrench, the little wrench
I
icon.
think you are now.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Taisha. Yes, Taisha.
Yeah. Taisha's back. Welcome back.
Guess who's back?
Nettie. I haven't seen you before, Nettie.
I'm from Denver. Still waiting on Mochi. Noom gave me compounded semaglutide literally from approved on Friday to vial on Monday. Hot damn.
That's fast.
That is, how do they even do that? That's fast. I'm still waiting on a shipment too. So I saw a post on Reddit that said somebody at Empower claims that Mochi sent them 100,000 scripts to fill in the space of a day.
Yeah.
So
it's going to take a little while
pipe
for them
is
to
clogged.
fix their stuff.
The pipe is clogged. I'm seeing people slowly get shipments out, but it's just going to take some time to get all the Mochi doctors into the Empower system, to get all the prescriptions written from the non-standard doses to the standard doses. It's just going to take some time. So you will have, that information. Kristen Duffy, I ordered from Lilly Direct for the first time this week. It's a 10 milligram dose. The script was sent in this Monday afternoon. I got the shipment this afternoon. Wow. 48-hour turnaround.
That's moving. Which pharmacy did it come from?
Lilly Direct.
No, but they don't actually ship it. It'll go through like Amazon. They have 2 or 3 fulfillment houses that do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wendy.
So I have a question about Lily Direct.
Okay.
So if they send you 4 vials, one for each week.
Mhm.
So how do you get all the medicine? Can you get it all out of the vial
I think
into
there's a little bit of overfilling, but not much.
the needle?
It's a little bit. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Wendy Herrera was interested in the OFA president's suggestion that pharma could partner with 503B to increase their manufacturing as they can't come online to scale the needed production levels in their facilities. So Dave and I have said this a couple of times. This was nothing new. And honestly, it's not even new for what Lilly and Novo are doing. So if you look at the vials, the odds are that as Lilly expands, they're probably, well, it's not a compounding pharmacy. What they are is they're fulfillment manufacturers. So they're contract manufacturers that all they do is make stuff for other people.
Lilly gave them the recipe and they just mixed it up.
So they're probably doing that. I don't know for sure, but if you walk through any grocery store and like every peanut butter in the world is made at like 2 factories and they just slap a different label on it. It's not a huge surprise to do it. Are they going to send it to 503Bs that are compounding pharmacies? They could. Do I believe they will? No, I do not.
Not for a second.
I believe there's a lot of mad people sitting in headquarters going, we don't like those guys. We're not paying to keep them in business.
Lilly is big mad. They've been sending cease and desist right and left. They're not going to partner with.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Not a bad idea.
Mindy
Hey, Mindy, just finished swimming 1,600 yards. That's a long way, Mindy. Congratulations. When are you doing a triathlon? What month is it? It's March. Is there one in June? Let me know. Maybe I'll join you. That means I would have to run though. There's a super chat. I love Taisha. Me too. Hey Mel, thanks for the super chat. Not a doctor. Tip for my doctor for women. If you don't want to be a bag of bones, super dramatic. Strength resistance training is important. One fall could change your quality of life. Yeah, I've been listening to a couple other podcasts, some doctor podcasts that I listen to, even Dr. Tina and Mel Robbins. If you have a fall and break a hip, a large percent, well, I think like 30% of those people like never recover and end up, that's the end of the road for them life-wise. So yeah, I mean, muscle is important for balance, for strength, just for your everyday living. So I agree, Mel. Thank you for the super chat and for pointing that out. So there we go. Naturalisa 20. Hello, everyone. Laraine, will you please share some insights you learned from your nutritionist appointment? Yeah. What did I do with those notes? I think they're downstairs on my desk. So I found it was very, very helpful. I wanted to do a whole separate video on it, but the whole like problem, I didn't want people to come for me by mentioning that I met with. Anyway, so nutritionist. Yes, I set the appointment through the portal. I had the appointment, and mine was early. Mine was like at 7 a.m. So, and it was a video call. So I'm on my phone. I'm talking to her actually from my bathroom because I just kind of rolled out of bed. And we talked about, she wanted to know, what I ate at my last meal. Like, tell me about what a typical meal is for you. We talked about getting enough protein, how much protein was enough for me. I told her I try to get 30 grams at each meal, and she agreed that was a good idea. She talked about getting more movement into my day because I told her my concern, she was just kind of like an all around consultation, like of general health. Cause I told her, I exercise, I go to the gym, but then I come home and I sit, right? I sit at my desk and I'm out on my computer. And she said, well, you might take some exercise bands. And even if you're just, any movement you can get into your day is helpful. Get up and go for a walk. I'm like, yeah, I need to get up and go outside and go for a walk, but I just don't take the time. So we talked about stuff like that. There were other things too. I'll do a whole video on it when the whole mochi stuff dies down a little bit. I think it is good. If you're a paying member, sign up for that nutritionist appointment because you're paying for it. It's part of your membership fee. And I was like, why didn't I do this before? And I have been told that if you meet with the nutritionist, you lose more weight than if you don't. So why wouldn't you? It's included. Go do it. Okay. Monique says, took my first shot on Sunday with appetite, no side effects. Does it feel strong? And you still, okay, your first shot, Monique.
So that's different for everybody.
It takes time to kick in,
yeah,
right?
And it takes about 28 days. So it takes about 4 shots to get fully up.
Mm-hmm.
And that first dose is a starting dose that's designed to get your body used to it so that you don't have really bad side effects.
Right.
Because if you started out 2 doses up, you'd be throwing up and it'd be bad.
This is potent medication, right? So just give it some time. I track. Oh, did you put the spreadsheet back on the website?
No, because you didn't send it to me. How would I do that? But I can.
So I keep a spreadsheet of my date of shot, the week I'm on, the dose, my weight, and then any notes for that week. So I would suggest writing those things down, and then off to the side, put how you're feeling. Right. Not really having any appetite suppression, like anything that's going on that week, any side effects you might be feeling. And it's easier to remember as you get on in the weeks, because now week 75, I don't remember what I felt like.
What you're doing too. If it was Christmas, if you went on vacation, if you were sick.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's something else in your life that causes that weight change.
Yeah.
And you won't remember a year from now. So you look back and go, oh, well, I went on a cruise. And
does he keep a log? No, he does not.
Nope, I do not. She does. And hers is usually good enough for me.
But yeah, the first shot, you have to give it 28 days, give it 90 days, and then report back.
And I'll tell you the tip to the couple before, which is, I think, the hardest thing for everybody, is the biggest thing to learn on all of these past taking your shot is patience. So this it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Right.
So if you're losing between 0.5 and 2 pounds a week, which is what Lily and Novo Nordisk both say it should be, we'll say 1 pound, right? You're kind of there in the middle. As Laraine says, that's average. That's 52 pounds in a year. That's 104 pounds if you're losing 2 pounds. So
yeah.
Patience, and some days it'll be up, some days it'll be down, some days it'll be flat, but it's the time you got to put in.
I don't have any patience. I want to lose weight right now. How quick am I going to lose weight? So I was looking at my spreadsheet today because I was printing it out to take to the doctor. So off to the side, like I have notes that go and calculations that are all over here, because at the beginning I would calculate my average weight loss per week. Right. Every week I would calculate how much I'm losing per week, and then project it out and say, okay, I could be this weight by this date. I could be this weight by this date. When am I going to hit my goal? How long is it at this rate? How long till I hit my goal? And that was really encouraging for me, because I could see my weight going down consistently every week, and to extrapolate that out and then know that I was going to get there really was encouraging, because 1 to 2 pounds a week is not a lot. It does add up over time. I lost 1.58 pounds per week when I lost my 50 pounds. So calculate how much you've lost per week, and see how much you've got to go, and see when you're going to get there, because you're going to get there, right? We know if these medications are working, you're going to get to where you want to go. And how exciting is that? Because I've always been on diets, and I've always said, okay, if I lose 2 pounds a week, I can calculate your actual rate of loss and write some stuff down. That's really cool. That's really cool. Hey, Lisa Tipton, thanks for being a member. Laraine, then you better gain some weight. Weight Watchers, 5'5", the goal weight is 156, I think. Maybe it's 154. But 156 was always, I know I'm losing my shrinking story. Now I have a growing story. But anyway, yeah. I've been so cold lately too. Before the medicine, I was hot. Yeah, same. Not hot anymore. I'm always cold. Congratulations on the height gain. Thanks, Linda. Yeah. I think my girls have grown because I'm definitely getting shorter in proportion to them. Depends on how you define shortage. If a medicine has a supply chain failure, factory burns down, and medicine is not available, then 503B step in to meet a demand.
Well, Craig, the way the U.S. government defines shortages, it's shortage as identified by the manufacturer. So they don't actively go out looking. There's no CSI force for looking for it. So Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, any of them have to self-report.
Piggy just sent us.
Oh, hello, Piggy. How are you?
That's not it.
Oh, sorry, that was Mel. There we go.
Piggy, no more. Thank you for your super chat. What keeps you too motivated to keep going forward with your channel? There has to be times when you don't want to spell GLP-1, let alone make videos. I really like doing the lives. I don't know. I think
she's not motivated most of the time.
No, Christopher Durham.
Ask when the last time she did an individual video.
I was just going to say that.
I didn't make her.
Christopher Durham says, you need to make a Laraine only video this week about a topic. I need you to pick a topic.
I don't say it angrily, though.
I need you to pick a topic and record a video this week. And I said, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this week. I have this, and this to do. Doesn't matter. You need to record it. So, I mean, I think he's the motivation, and I just want to talk to people about their weight loss and be like a motivator and like tell my story and share
those
people's
tip
experiences.
videos that you've done are still among the best that we've ever done because people are out there searching for them. There's a topic. I type in, why aren't I losing weight? How do I stop constipation? Whatever those things, those super searchable are just really helpful for people.
Y'all send me an email with topics you want to see me do.
Thank you, Piggy.
Thank you. Thank you, Piggy. What keeps me motivated? IDK. Christopher Durham is my motivation. I think this stuff's
fun, honestly.
I think it's fun too. And I'm so still, 76 weeks into this, I'm still so excited to tell people about GLP-1s because to me, it's like a miracle, right? It's like nothing that I've ever tried before. It's just really a miracle. And if people can learn about this and try it for themselves and have access to it, I mean, it's like a whole religion to me almost.
Yeah. Did we do this one from Craig?
No. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk have facilities coming online to double supply of these meds, so strictly not shortage, but are in high demand. Yeah, they're in high demand. They're building a new Eli Lilly plant about
not far from
20 miles from where we live. I passed it just by coincidence the other day. I'm like, Eli Lilly! They had tents up for people to go, I guess, for hiring and stuff.
And part of the reason they maintain high prices in the United States is, of course, they want to make more money. But the other part is they're trying to artificially moderate demand. So at $1,000 plus, there's only so many people that can afford them.
Yeah.
So right now, if you believe the Nielsen's and the IRIs and all these guys that are reporting on how many users there are, there's about 6% of America that are on a GLP-1. Now, that's all the GLP-1s, not just tirzepatide and semaglutide, liraglutide, and a bunch of other stuff.
How many are there?
Well, there's 3, 4, 5, because there's some older ones floating around out there.
But mostly Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound.
But mostly Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, and Mounjaro, absolutely. So as they get more factories online, they'll have more capacity. Well, how much? So if they double it, can they get to 12%? Well, there's 74% of America that's overweight or obese. So they've still got a long runway. So it's going to be, how do we increase production, lower price, and maintain this balance? Sell as much as you possibly can.
Let's have them, if they could come out with a $99 a month GLP-1.
Could never, only at a pill could they make it that fast.
Yeah, right. They couldn't even.
Rick's already said that.
They couldn't make it fast enough.
Yeah. At a pill, they can spit them out.
74% of America have obesity, so or overweight. So, if this was $25 a month for all Americans.
Yeah, the pills that could do it.
Taisha, I'm sorry, guys. I've never gotten that, but maybe it's because my channel is a lot.
Who knows?
Oh no, it's fine. It was something new for us to learn too. I'll be mindful of using that language in the future. So yeah,
I think it was relevant to your story.
No, it was relevant, and there's so many so many stories, and so many stories of growing up and maybe, eating in different ways or hiding food, or, I certainly hid food from my mom, who, wouldn't really let me eat sweets and stuff. So I would eat them in secret. So there's a lot of stories like that out there. So, Edith Gonzalez, I wasn't going to say gravity. Yeah, the whole shrinking thing.
Yeah.
Hello from foggy, rainy Newport, Rhode Island. My parents got married in Newport, Rhode Island. I
Really?
didn't read it. You
sorry.
knew that. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know where your parents got married. I wasn't
got,
there. Neither were you.
Had a space heater at my feet all day, fireplace on and heat blasting. Yeah. No, my dad was in the Navy, and my mom, well, they met in Iceland, because my dad was in the Navy and that's where he was stationed. And my grandfather was a civilian consultant to the Air Force, or the Army Air Corps, I think it was at the time, because he had been a pilot. So they lived on the base, and my parents met in Iceland, and then they got married in Newport, Rhode Island. No one cares, Laraine. Why are you telling these stories? Yeah, that's what I thought. Patting myself on the back over here. Lisa Tipton says, losing weight can sometimes lead to a slight increase in height. Shut the front door, Lisa, as the pressure on the spine and joints is reduced.
Cool.
Could be. Hi, Simply Taisha. Great interview with Laraine. Yes, it was. Y'all go watch it. Ada says, also to catch up with Mochi, still waiting for Mounjaro Pen 7.5 authorization, but they have sent my script so I wouldn't run out. Yeah,
that's good. Stay on top of it. Come
to St. Pete. Yeah, I have been to St. Pete.
Yeah.
Freddie says, hello again. Hello, Freddie. Monnier? I don't know. Sorry. Wendy Herrera, I don't know. I have to ask my hubby if he knows Barb. Okay. I think she spells it slightly differently. But anyway, I'm surprised she's not on here right now. She must be busy. 9Patch05, at Christmas, I got a heated vest. Wow, they have heated vests, huh?
Yeah.
Have I, hunters use?
Don't you remember when I worked at the corporate headquarters for Lowe's Home Improvement for a number of years, and we had a whole heated Cobalt Tools jacket. Don't you remember this?
No.
Because the first one we got with the prototype caught on fire. It was bad.
Whoops.
One of the VPs was wearing it and it caught on fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's an employee, what do you call it? When you
I
get
sat
hurt
there
at
in the
work?
back of the room and saw some guy knock the VP down and put a towel, a blanket on him to put it out.
I do not remember this story.
Yeah, that was a whole story.
It's about 15 years ago, I guess. We've been messaging about Mochi. Yes, girl, yes. My video is a little behind. Thank you for emailing me. Angelica says, thank you guys. Tucson heat. I switched from local compound pharmacy to Mochi. Hubby and I feel great on tirzepatide and have no plans to stop anytime soon. Awesome results.
That's awesome.
Good job, Angelica. TK Marie, 80 here in Boise, Idaho. I thought it would be colder in Boise. I've never been to Boise.
You have a dog named Cerberus? That's kind of a scary name.
Cerberus had something in his mouth. I had to coax him to drop. Thank you, MLP. Was that the dog when we were at the beginning of the interview? We were like, sit down. And he did it. Joe says, hello. Yes, moved to Florida. I'm trying to convince.
Maybe someday. Not until our girls are out of school. That's for sure.
Oh, Sarah said she's going to graduate in 4 years with her master's degree.
That is what she said.
Did you hear her say that?
I did hear that, yes. Brochet, did y'all see Allie's double rant yesterday? It was hilarious. I did see Allie's double rant. Allie from Fit Flavor Fun occasionally likes to challenge people who have been not so nice in her comments. So she was...
What did she do?
She calls them out, tells them to stop being mean, and you'd have to watch it. She's funny.
I love Allie.
Yeah.
We talked to her on the phone the other day. Yeah, we compared some notes. Jeremy F. Hi, I have a couple of questions. First, I want to hear your opinion about protein shakes and use of Splenda, sucralose, and other additives in them. Curious if you recommend a brand.
Well, so we did a whole protein drink review. You can go
We
back
did.
and watch, and there was about 10 or 12 of them in that review.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I'll give you my review, and she can give you her review.
He
I'll
doesn't
tell
like
you,
them.
the entire
And
category
that's
is
his review.
gross. Don't do it. That being said, the Fairlife ones I thought were pretty good.
The ready to drink Fairlife.
The ready to drink Fairlife ones
Core Power, I think was.
There was two. Yeah, there was two of them that
the
were
Fairlife
fine.
were the best tasting. The
Were
ready to
fine.
drink ones.
I don't generally have a lot of opinions on artificial sweeteners. Probably I should, but I don't really. If I choose for myself, like if I use it in coffee or something, I use stevia.
That's because that's what I buy. Because
but I'll take it as well.
I think when Sweet and Low was the thing, we had Sweet and Low. When NutraSweet came out, we switched to NutraSweet. Splenda was the thing. I used to carry the yellow packets in my purse in the 90s. And now I would go to stevia if you were going to have to pick one. In terms of protein shakes, I put about a third of a protein ready to drink shake in my coffee every morning. I like the Premier Protein the best. I think it's for the price and taste. I think that one wins for me. I don't like to drink that one every day because I think I'm slightly sensitive to milk. What's that in the milk that lactose? I think that sometimes gives me a problem if I go over a certain amount. So there's a protein shake called Only What You Need.
I thought that was the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life.
It does not taste good, but it's plant-based. It's not milk-based. So if you were looking for a plant option, there's that one. In the terms of the ones that you mix up the powders, there's just a gazillion of them. I get the ones at Aldi because they're cheap and the ingredients are fine with me. I mean, I'm not a super bodybuilder or anything, so I'm just looking for protein and low carb, low sugar. So
we don't go deep into the ingredients, honestly.
I mean, there's bad things in all of them. If you really just want something, I would say get the Fairlife milk because it's milk, ultra filtered milk, and it has a higher protein content.
And I mean, I don't do any of the protein substance. That's all super processed food to me, and I
love super processed food.
It all tastes like linoleum to me. I don't like it.
I built my life on super processed food.
I would rather have a piece of chicken. I don't know.
I mean, a Premier Protein chocolate shake is pretty darn good.
And you can go watch our review. There's like a 30-minute review.
Yeah.
We taste all of them. We do protein drinks, protein bars. We do higher protein salty snacks, and we have one on higher protein.
I like the built
sweet snacks.
The built puffs.
We're gonna do one on meat products.
Thumbs down. Laraine doesn't want to do the meat sticks. Whenever he goes out and buys all the samples, I'll be glad to taste test them.
I bought the samples for the last two.
Yeah, well, okay.
We'll go, right? Olivia and I will go do that tomorrow.
It's a challenge now. I've challenged him. But yeah, I'm not really brand loyal to any particular thing. I do have some favorites that I like. So, yeah. I'm freezing all the time. So since I started the medication and cushioned, I have none. Right? It's terrible. Michael, loving your happy face. Oh, I am kind of in a happy mood. I love my heated vest. Everybody has a heated vest but me. How come you never told me about this heated vest?
I did, darling.
81 in Ocala. I don't ever remember about the Lowe's executive catching on fire with the heated vest. I think I would have remembered that.
Okay.
Ellen Davis says, I hope for the best with Mochi, but would love to know if anyone has searched the next best provider, especially the price for tirzepatide. That is my bottom line. We're kind of like still not talking about that, so maybe we won't talk about that.
But no, we've certainly looked around, and we have stocked up as much as we possibly can. I think the challenge right now is, honestly, I would go to 52 providers and get whatever you need. Nobody tracks prescriptions; they don't know what you're doing. So use as many as you can. We haven't done multiple things because we've been able to stock up over the course of the last 6 months, and with both branded and compounded. So we're okay right now.
Yeah. I've got.
All that being said, I don't. It's hard to say what's going to happen with compounded. I'm
not going to run out for a while, so I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. But if you're down to your last shot and your vial and you're waiting on somebody to ship you an order and you've been waiting a while, I would not hold my breath.
I was looking the other day. I haven't seen really anybody cheaper. So cheaper is not. I think right now you're going to have to take what you can get because there's nobody that has the need to be cheaper. They're all going to do. I mean,
somebody on this live earlier said they went through Noom and got it in like 3 days.
But Noom, I don't think Noom does. I think they're only doing
semaglutide.
Yeah.
I'm only tirzepatide. So,
I mean, I looked at, what did we look at the other day? Orderly, and you could get it, but it wasn't cheaper. Yeah. But you could order a year from them.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of dollars to put in my refrigerator in the garage.
Clara Boutel, hi from Florida.
Hey, Clara. Jeremy F. I'm also on 15 milligrams Zepbound with a 61-pound loss. All right. Awesome. Now I'm possibly losing coverage and considering Lilly Direct, but they only have 10. Yeah, that's a pain, right? So I would say if you've lost all the weight you want to lose, you could try stepping down and see if you can get to 10 and maintain on 10. You probably
I think he's going down here. He goes.
Oh, I'm on maintenance and trying. See, this is what I was thinking, to see if I can maintain, then try Lilly Direct 10, but I'm nervous I'll lose my progress. You know what? Focus on what you're eating. Just focus on, it's all about what you're eating. So, some people like to write down their food. Some people like to track their calories. That it's triggering for me, and I don't like to do that. And he never wrote down a calorie a day in his life.
Nope.
So, but really pay attention to your hunger, drink your water, eat your protein.
So get as many 15 milligram pens as you can. So fill that prescription as many times as you can.
I think he is.
Right now, right? Because those things have a bud date a long way out.
Yeah.
So get as much of that as you can. And then when you get to needing the 10, my theory is they're going to release 12.5 and 15 eventually.
They probably will, because they've gradually been releasing
3 to 6 months. That's about the gap that we saw. And then make sure you read the rules on that, because $4.99 means you have to refill
every 45
days.
Or they increase your price.
But the bud dates are pretty long on those too. So as long as you manage your stock and stuff, you should be able to do whatever it is you need to do, following everybody's rules and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Let's see here. Thin from Win says I'm 5'3". And G says, wonder how Lilly Direct will handle it if BMI now too low to come in as a new prescription through them. I currently go through Mochi. So
Lilly Direct through your doctor.
Right. So Lilly Direct, they have a telehealth that they'll connect you with if you want to, but really they're behaving as a pharmacy. So as long as you have a doctor that will write you a prescription, they don't check what the doctor did.
And maybe you weren't here in the beginning, because I went to the doctor this morning and I told her about my, I'm on compounded tirzepatide, and I was saying I'm thinking of, if that goes away, maybe going over to Lilly Direct. And she did say, oh, well, your BMI is so low now, and I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then I pulled her out my 76 weeks of results of the spreadsheet. She goes, oh, yeah, I can see where, yeah, I could write you a prescription to Lilly Direct.
And remember, Lilly says you can do this as a maintenance medication, right? BMI only really comes into play for that if it's your doctor considering it, so a BMI plus a comorbidity, and more so if it's insurance. Insurance wants to see that BMI. This is a cash price. You cannot use your insurance on it.
Yeah, so it's just the doctor can send it. Like the doctor sends it to CVS, a doctor can send it to Lilly Direct. And if you go on the Eli Lilly website, there's a whole page you can print out and take to your doctor, like I did this morning when she goes, oh, I'm not really sure. I'm like, oh, I printed this out for you to show you this. Is this how it works? And she goes, oh, yeah, that's how it works.
And it's just in their system. They just pick it as another pharmacy.
Yeah, it's easy. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you guys are doing such a great job. Well, thanks, Jeremy. You're doing great with your weight loss. Anna Hoover, my BFF. Hey, girl. Hello, hey. Anna. She says hi to me every day on the videos. You can be like Anna and say hi to us every day on the videos too, and we will say hi back. I'm always cold. I thought it was my age of 70. I feel better now. I also feel cold sometimes due to lower weight. Yeah, I guess it's just a thing, right? I forgot to tell you guys, cruise fully paid for. Yay! Do we want to talk about the cruise?
You betcha.
You betcha. All right. So we loved cruise. If you're new here, you may not have seen this before, but we are having a Downsized at Sea cruise presented by Mochi Health. They are our presenting sponsor. This cruise, we're taking so far 39 of our closest friends on a cruise, June 23rd through 27th on the Celebrity Reflection. And we'll leave from Fort Lauderdale, go to the Bahamas, couple ports of call there, have a sea day. And we'll do fun stuff like watch Christopher Line dance and
I'm not sure how fun that'll be, but
have some Q&A sessions with us. We'll meet up every day. We'll have dinner in the same area. If you want to go on an
we'll film one of these
excursion
live
with us and go snorkeling, you can do that. We'll do a live from the ship. But yeah, you can go to thedownsized.org to our website and click on cruise and see the number for our travel agent, Kelly, and you can call her and she'll get you all set up. So if you have already booked the cruise, those payments are due like next week. So Kelly will be reaching out. You have to make your payment through her. You can't go on celebritycruises.com and pay it on there since we're a group. So
yep,
she can take care of that for you. She can take your payment. Operators are standing by now. Not really. She'll get back to you within a day or so if you send her an email or if you call her. Agreed. Don't skip unless you have a medical procedure or your doctor directs you to do so. Yeah. So, in my 76 weeks on tirzepatide, I have skipped a week or two here or there, especially in the beginning when we went on a cruise. Like we started 9/29/2003, and we went on a cruise in January, and I did not take my medication that week.
I took mine
because I said, I want to eat more. I can't eat anything on this medicine. This is no fun. So I did. I went off and I gained like 4 or 5 pounds, and I came back and took my shot, and really it was fine. But really now my feeling is, unless you're having a medical procedure, like I had 2 colonoscopies and I was off for that. You really need to, unless it's the doctor is telling you, you really just need to keep taking your shot, because you want to maintain that level of medicine in your body, those dips, and then trying to get back up. Like when I had the colonoscopy and I was off for like 17 days. I could really tell.
Because it impacts the next 28 days.
Yeah. Like missing 1 shot, I was a little bit hungry, but missing like 2 shots, I could definitely tell. And then it took maybe another 2-3 weeks to get my level back up to where I felt not hungry all the time and not hearing the food noise all the time again. So yeah, we agree. This is our life now. We're going to take our shots forever. Else, or till something better comes along. Hello, Durhams. I'm down 42 pounds. I feel very cold at times. I guess I've lost my insulation. Me too, LC. It's like the worst. We need spring to get here. Like spring, summer.
Mama Cass.
Hello, you two. Finally catching a live before it's over. We're here. We're still here.
So
doing our bit, as Christopher says. Doing the bit.
Doing our bit. Mama Cass, are you
Jojo
named after the mamas and the papas there?
Jojo's over here sleeping on the floor.
Oh, Jojo is? I didn't even see her.
She jumped up on the table earlier. So Jojo is our cat. And sometimes she likes to walk across the screen, but today she's sleeping because Jojo was out all night last night. She would not come in, and now she has been like sleeping all day. I guess she went to some kind of kitty party out in the woods. I don't know. She's on restrictions now. She's grounded. So
all right, there is 227 people out there. Hello, everybody. 161 likes. So if you haven't taken a minute to hit that like button, please do.
If the dose is working, stay on the dose. Right? No reason to move around if it's working.
Yeah,
we know that now. We didn't know that when we started. My tip for beginners: keep it simple. Too much info online. All the protein bar. Yeah. You don't need all the protein things at first, because really you've got no room in your stomach for anything but like 5 bites of
Well,
chicken.
even beyond that, don't go spend $1,000 on all the stuff you think you might need, because it's all available. You can get it at the drugstore, Walmart, or
Well,
Amazon, like
I like to be
very
prepared.
quickly.
I want to stock up.
Right, but you
I
may
want
not
to do
need
all the things.
you may not need all those things. You can get it quick.
Yeah, and really, you don't like the protein chips. Ugh. Like protein bar, maybe, but I mean, I don't like. Sometimes I really want something chocolate, and if I can get a protein bar that's chocolate, it kind of just I'm good for a while.
And
right?
honestly, if you haven't been to the doctor and gotten blood work done and a physical and all that, I would have strongly recommended doing that, because
Yeah.
that's what tells you whether you need to take supplements more than anything else. You'll get that whole blood panel and it'll say, you need vitamin D, you need whatever. Talk to your doctor. That's a good reason to do it.
Yeah. When I get my blood work out, I'll give y'all all the details. I'm not really concerned. Maybe my estrogen level. I think I need to go up in my estrogen patch, but we'll talk about that another time when he's not around.
Gee, thanks.
Don't eat fried foods. Lots of fat can be bad, and be careful with alcohol. Yeah. So an aside about the alcohol. So these GLP-1 GIPs have been shown to work on the addiction centers in your brain. So some people that were addicted to online shopping have no desire. Some people that were addicted to coffee now can't drink coffee. Some people that had, a glass or 2 or 3 of wine every night, now it makes them sick. I am number 3. So, yeah, it really just kind of knocked that right out. So, alcohol is just not something I think about. Wine, it used to be 5 o'clock. Oh, it's time for wine. No, I don't even really think about it anymore. And if I do have some, it's kind of like, it's okay. Like, it's just okay. It's not like, ooh, let's go drink some wine. I don't do that anymore.
You're only going to have so many bites, so don't force yourself to eat things, particularly because early on, you don't really know if anything is going to upset your stomach. And it might be the most random thing. So it could be wine, it could be fried food. For me, it could have been anything, honestly.
Your food doesn't seem to correlate to your digestive system. There's Barb. Barb, there's someone on here with the last name of Herrera, and I asked them if they were related to you. But I don't think they spell it the same way as you. Anyway, you can look back through later. Just joined Facebook group. I've been a silent observer for a while. RNNONMT. All right, you're gonna have to tell me your name or something, so I can't read all those initials all the time. But yeah,
maybe she's a nurse.
RN non.
I don't know.
Montana.
This is where you're trying to figure out license plates.
My Facebook group is the Downsized GLP-1 Journey.
Adventure.
Are you sure it's adventure?
Yes, I'm positive that's what it is.
I did name it.
We can look it up.
No, that's what it is. No, you're right. Because I was like, I like to say journey, and then you like to say adventure, and then I did make it adventure.
I think it's adventures.
Adventures, yeah. So when you have to answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, you can't get in the group. But don't worry, it's not a hard test. You know all the answers. And
what
was I going to say?
Oh, hard to say. You just glitched.
It's just glitched. Yeah. So join my Facebook group. The end. At Lisa, because I got kicked out of the Mochi Facebook group a long time ago. But anyway, Elisa Roselli, start the journey by measuring each week or day. Recommend Renfo Smart Scale. Yeah. So I just did. Thanks, Craig. That's a good point. Take your measurements at the beginning. And if you've already started and you're like, I already started, well, just take them today and have a starting point. So I did a video with this smart tape measure. It's kind of hard to use, but
I think if you had used it a couple of times, it would have been fine.
I used it for the first time out of the box on
air.
video.
It was a little awkward.
But the scale's real easy. You just turn it on and you turn on your phone and the Bluetooth syncs and you step on it. Okay, I can do that, right? So we reviewed both of those. And the good thing about having a scale app that syncs to your phone is that you get all these cool like measurements of your body fat, your BMI, your body water, your muscle mass. And are they as accurate as, say, going to a special place and getting something called a DEXA scan? I don't know. Probably not exactly accurate.
I'm going to do a video. I found a piece of research from Texas Tech where they actually compared the top 30 scales. So I'll end up doing a very dry video about it because I thought the research was fascinating, but it wasn't as far off as you thought. So it was interesting.
They're pretty close. There is a place near us in Cornelius, North Carolina, that does the DEXA scans. And I went on and I made an account, and then I didn't sign up, and now they've sent me a coupon. So maybe we'll do that a couple Saturdays from now. What do you think?
Okay,
DEXA scan? He doesn't care about it. Maybe I'll do it, and he can just... I don't know. If I do it, he'll do it.
Oh, I'll go do it. Sure, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I don't care. All right, but yeah, get a smart scale. We've got one linked on our Amazon store at thedownsized.org. We're Amazon affiliates. We make 2 cents on your purchase.
So we appreciate it.
So thanks for shopping on our Amazon store. What else? I did. Yes, Lisa, we're gonna have an interview coming up soon. I forget when it is, but it's on my calendar. Zepbound has completely eliminated fatty liver.
Yeah, that's good.
We've heard that from Health at Any Cost.
And there's a lot of good research on that. We've done a couple of reports
people.
on the research. So that it's, I would guess that it's going to be, that'll be one of the comorbidities that gets approved next for insurance coverage on it too.
Yeah. Okay, Laraine, we'll send you an email. Awesome. If you guys out there want to be on the Downsized dish, send me an email to Laraine, Laraine, at thedownsized.org, and I'll send you a link to our calendar. It's just that easy. Monique says I am at 2.5 first shot, taking second dose this Sunday. Great. My appetite is still there, but definitely is helping. Will my second shot feel stronger? Who can say, Monique? Probably. Jot down how you feel right now, and then a week from now, compare notes and see what you think.
But typically these medications build in your system.
Yeah.
Right.
It does take 28
over
days.
28 days or so, you'll get the whole thing. And it's different for everybody. Some people come out of the gates gangbusters. Some people it takes.
Some people need to move up the doses to really. You have to. Everyone's so different. You have to really, be a test subject of one, and you have to be a scientist, and you're doing your investigations.
McShiggity Pilot. I love that name, McShiggity Pilot.
McShiggity dog.
He has a hat that says McShiggity Airways, I believe is what it says.
Are you a pilot, McShiggity?
I would guess so.
McShiggity. I want to say it like this. Why? I don't know why.
Please stop. You scared me.
One side effect is waves of chills.
I get those
waves
too.
Of chills.
I get them. Yeah.
I was really cold at dinner. We were eating dinner. I'm like, I cannot sit here any longer. I have to go in front of the heater.
For me, they're a little tingly. Like you can kind of feel it. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know what you mean. Lovely one. So how does that height difference affect your BMI? Let me look, because I tried to. No, it didn't. It didn't change at all. Like I wrote down 24.3, and then I changed it on my scale app to 5 feet 5 inches, and I looked at my BMI again, and it's still 24.3. And I even closed the app, opened the app, 24. It didn't change at all.
So
does an inch of height not affect your BMI?
Well, so you're 65 inches tall. Correct?
That's 5'5", yes.
5'5", so 1 inch would be 1/65th of it. So it's not that big.
What is it with you and these fractions? Like, who made you 5th grade fractions math team genius?
It's just not going to be that big of a.
It should.
It should be 5 inches.
I mean, I guess if I had a BMI chart that we could look, but my BMI today is 24.3. My BMI yesterday was 24.3. So
it's a tiny fraction of a change, so it's not going to move much.
Did I change it to 5 point?
I don't know.
Change it back?
Check and see.
Wait, I just went this morning. Why was I looking at it yesterday?
Hard to say.
It's hard to say because you know what I did? Yeah, I'm in there. It's in there at 5'5". But what did I do yesterday? Anyway,
so-
it's 20. It did.
Oh,
it doesn't
Jennifer
seem to
Nebraska says yes. Same answer. Yes, I
Oh.
live in beautiful Nebraska.
Sorry, I have a short memory.
Lovely one. Laraine, it seems like your doctor has come around with her views on GLP-1s. Well, it's
think
different
so.
doctors too.
Well, not this one that I went
Well, the
to.
original one was anti, though, right?
Yeah, so this one is a nurse practitioner, and I've seen her now for about three years in a row, maybe 4 years in a row. And before that, I had a different doctor who I was like, please give me some weight loss medication. She was like, you just need to diet and exercise. This nurse practitioner I've been working with for the past 3 years, I asked her 2 years ago, can you give me something? And she put me on phentermine, which I didn't like it. She's like, you can only stay on it for 30 days. So make the best use out of it. I'm like, why can I only stay on it 30 days? Well, because it's speed. I mean, basically is what it is. So I didn't like it. I was very jumpy and jittery, but the house was really clean. So yeah, but yeah, this lady, was not big on it last year this time. I think
But she didn't speak against it. She just was.
she said nothing. I mean, what doctor says like
think
no
that's-
words?
Well, I think that's more a function of compounding. I think a lot of doctors just don't want to have any liability around it. They didn't write the prescription.
She didn't say, let me write you a
Yeah.
prescription for Zepbound or Mounjaro.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she has. And this lady has been she's about the same age as me. We've talked about weight a lot over the years, and I think she's battling it herself. She might even be on it herself now, honestly, if I had to guess, because but I don't know. So yeah, I think she did. My order is apparently arriving tomorrow from Empower. Awesome, Fiona. Like, people are starting to get those Empower deliveries now. So let us know when you get yours, and I'll let you know when I get mine.
Linda, thank you for being a member, Linda. I think we are getting a glimpse of just how
Yeah.
many people are on these compounds. So if you
Yeah.
believe the OFA guys, they said last year 800,000 prescriptions were written. Now that doesn't translate into people, because somebody might have had
Well, that's
multiple
every month,
prescriptions.
like
Yeah.
12 divided by
Right.
12.
Either way, it's a huge, well, not necessarily. Maybe you had a 6-month prescription. Yeah, it's hard to say how that gets divided up. Right. But you
Could
know,
be 80,000
a lot of people is the answer.
I am always constipated too. I have been my whole life. I had to do a saltwater flush. Never heard of that, Monique. I will Google it.
I am not going to Google it. I'm sure I do not want to see that video.
Saltwater flush. I'll have to look into that. All right. If you're wondering if it's safe, ask your doctor.
Yeah, this is where we say
we're not doctors. We haven't said
Mm-mm.
that in a while. We're not doctors.
Nope.
Consult your doctor before you start any new medicine or exercise plan. Okay. All right. Susan Blue, you may have covered this already, but how did you decide to use the medication you chose versus other medications?
Well, so I had been talking to my doctor for a long time, and he had actually written me prescriptions for Ozempic and then Wegovy.
Like
and
several years ago.
our insurance wouldn't cover it, and it was just too expensive at the time, and we had younger kids. There was a lot of stuff going on there. So literally for me, I would have taken anything I could have gotten at the time. It wasn't really, because Mounjaro and Zepbound weren't even out. Then Zepbound or Mounjaro came out, and our finances had changed and things had changed. So we were able to begin to talk about it. And then Laraine said, well, I'm thinking about this. And one of our friends, your friend.
My friend Elaine, I saw her after not seeing her for a long time. And I said, oh, you've lost so much weight. Tell me what you did. And she said, I'm taking medicine called Mounjaro. So I started Googling Mounjaro. Mounjaro was over $1,000 or $500 with a coupon. That was still too much. So I started, Facebook heard me talking about it, saw me Googling it, started suggesting these online compounders and service providers, right? So I picked one, and I did a online consultation with a doctor, and they said, well, we have compounded semaglutide and compounded tirzepatide, and here's the prices. Tirzepatide was more. I said, well, why is it more? And they're like, well, it's more effective and it works better. I said, well, I'll take the one that's more effective and works better. And really, that's why I went with tirzepatide versus semaglutide. I had no knowledge of one versus the other. I just, if it's more effective, that's the one I want.
It's also
the price
more expensive.
difference was,
Yep.
I mean, with my current telehealth provider, I think semaglutide is $99 and tirzepatide is $199 a month. So,
but what I would say is they all work. And
They all work.
people have semaglutide and tirzepatide, so Ozempic and Wegovy and Mounjaro and Zepbound work.
Yeah.
For most people, not for, there are people that don't, but for most people they work. So talk to your doctor, have them run through your insurance.
Right. If your insurance will cover one or the other,
that's the one I'd take.
Do the one it covers, because that's your best bet. If your insurance covers nothing, like our insurance covers nothing, then you might make a decision more based on cost and where you can get it.
And if you Google, there's research out there on all these medications. Lilly has research, Novo has research. It's, but you're not going to go wrong either way.
Val says, agreed, Mel B. I worked on my triceps today and have been working with a weighted vest every other day. Yeah, some people work out in the weighted vest. I've got those Bala ankle, you can put them around your arms or around your legs. I need to start wearing those again. I did a really hard workout with weights on Monday, and my legs, my quads are still really sore. We did a lot of squats and lunges and stuff, and then I was using 10-pound dumbbells and doing some other stuff. And yeah, did I work out yesterday? What did I do yesterday? I did. Oh, I had a pickleball lesson. I didn't tell you all about my pickleball lesson. I'm still waiting on my order too. My doctor told me to go ahead and order the next dose now too. Well, can you? I mean, will they do that? Will they put it in if you haven't gotten the one? I hate for you to pay for both and both be in limbo. I guess you can decide what to do there. But yeah, I had a lovely one. I'm with Lavender Sky and was using Hallandale, but they've stopped. So I picked Empower. I called with a question. First thing she asked was if I was with Mochi. I said no. She said, oh, good. Yeah, because they got that whole big batch coming at them at one time, right? And they're trying to get through it best they can. You're flipping through things. I'm not reading them.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep up. Gotta run with the big dogs. I don't know what she's referring to. Hard to say. Hard to say. I also don't know what this one is. OMG, I do that.
I think we're behind, but I like Lavender Sky Health too. It's nice to have options, get 8 to 10 week supplies. I used them before and Mochi didn't offer multi-months. All right, well, there you go. There's one. What's Barb say? It would drive me mad to calculate it out. I liked not having a goal. No, I get that too, Barb. Just doing what I needed to get healthy. My mind was more at ease that way. Yeah, it's like I knew I was so close and I was getting closer and I wanted, that's kind of why I did it. But yeah, I mean, we all have different goals and what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. So that's why we're here. I'm glad you do keep going. I found you guys because of tirzepatide, but I really look forward to your chats and videos. Well, thanks, Rose1313. She just graduated from is that a graduation hat? Or does she just have really dark hair?
Me? I don't know. Hard to say.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Did you click like? Did y'all all click like?
229 people, it looks like, on there
like.
right now. Hello, everybody. 186 likes. So surely 200 of you can hit like.
And subscribe to our channel because, why not? Doesn't cost you anything. What has Piggy started?
Piggy's the man.
Did we get to 12,000 subscribers?
Oh, yeah,
Survey says 12,003.
Ding.
Yay! Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. Why wouldn't you? We're fantastic. We're so fun to watch. Well, me, maybe. Him, I don't know. You are my motivation. Thanks, Kathleen. Yay. Never knew about tirzepatide until our channel. Awesome. Now I'm 37 pounds down and counting. 43 to go. Thank you both. Yay. I mean, that's the whole goal of our channel, is to tell people about this amazing medications that have definitely changed our lives. I've lost 53. He's lost 102. What? It's amazing what these meds have done for us all. Yeah, I know you've lost a lot too, Anna. Ada says, I'm excited. Someone asks me almost every day. Just tonight, I shared the end to my 40-year struggle.
That's
Girl,
awesome.
Don't I know it. I've been struggling 40 years myself.
Darium.
Hey, it's Darium. Good evening, Darium. Durhams and Downsizers. Downsizers. I can't even say my own channel
Thanks
name.
for being a member, Darium.
Hello from Chicago. Brian Pollard. Nice to have you here. Thanks for watching. Tips for newbies. Don't compare your journey to other. That's a good one, Darium. Each person is different. Make sure to eat enough. Find many non-scale victories. Know you're not alone in this journey. Yeah, my doctor this morning said,
I
are
would
you
say
eating
is
enough?
it's to go along with what Darium's saying. If you're in Facebook groups or Reddit rooms or any of that, have a cautious skepticism of what people are telling you. If it sounds too good to be true, they probably didn't lose 60 pounds in 1 month. Or I saw somebody that claimed 37 pounds in 1 month. Is it impossible? No, but
it's a lot. It's not
without
realistic.
knowing their situation is not recommended for the vast majority of people.
I think the first month I lost 6 pounds. I was thrilled. It just adds up. So.
Health at Any Cost says non-scale victory started with metabolic age of 70 years old 3 years ago. This week, my metabolic age fell to 63. I am 64 on the 29th. Time is marching backwards. Well, Barb, let me tell you something. My metabolic age, as of today, I am 56 years old, and my metabolic age is 56.
My metabolic age hates me. It hates me, y'all, because I turned 56 last week, right? I turned 56 last week, right? My metabolic age, 57. Everything else is green. Everything else I have met or exceeded expectations, except for that darn metabolic age.
So
why? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how it's calculated. It makes me upset. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody that makes the scale. Just how do you get to that? And why is everybody else real age except me?
I don't really know why it's like that, honestly.
And,
but I was going back to look. So when we started in September, here we go. When we started September 29th, 2023, my metabolic age was 62 years old.
Yeah, I did not know that.
So today, my metabolic age is 56. Now, this is that whole number conversation, right? So I track all kinds of numbers. I look at them. It's fascinating, blah, 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 all this stuff. The problem with a number like this is I have absolutely no idea how to change this number.
I don't know changed every other this JoJo. Every other number on my thing. We have a super chat.
Let's see.
Super chat alert. Biggie. People who lose 60 pounds in a month are probably 6 feet under.
That's probably true, Biggie.
Wah, wah. Make your weight a comparison of none.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Like, it's just.
You see crazy stuff in Facebook and Reddit. I'm telling you.
Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Let's see here. Oh, there we go.
Good tips.
Let's see here.
Mindy. You skipped Mindy.
Oh, she just says good tips.
Good
KD.
tips. I don't know. I like to shout out to Mindy. Mr. Mitchell says moved up to 12.5 this week. No side effects. So happy.
Yay.
Awesome.
Hey, Barb.
Yay, Barb. Congratulations, Barb. You got the fountain of youth going on over there. She really does. She really does, y'all. She's doing great.
Hello, Darium. Hello, Darium. I'm trying to, let's see here.
Allie's rant was hilarious. Allie at Fit Flavor Fun. That's a good, somebody was asking me about good YouTubers to watch. I forgot about hers. Fit Flavor Fun. She's a good one. Let's face it, protein shakes, supplemental drinks are baby formula.
That is what they are.
Oh my gosh, you're going to be saying that now because he's not a fan of them.
I like the Fairlife milk. I mean, you get a lot more protein in that. I'm all about finding better ingredients that have more protein in it. So, when you start looking at packaged goods, there are things that just naturally have more protein in it. So if you actually buy better pasta made in Italy from durum wheat, which is the way it was made thousands of years ago.
Which you can buy at Aldi for
But you can buy at Aldi, Harris Teeter, Kroger, wherever, but it's $1.59. It's not 39 cents a box or whatever. It actually has 7, 8, 9, 10 grams of protein in it per serving, which is pretty good for a pasta, and it's more digestible because it's old school wheat. It's not this new
you
stuff.
definitely want to look at what the normal things that you're eating, and is there something with more protein in it that would be just as good? So we have switched to Fairlife milk. milk. We only buy Fairlife milk because 12 grams, I think it's 12 grams of protein per cup versus I think a regular glass of milk has like 6 or 8 or something like that. So, I mean, we take it and we don't drink a lot of milk, but we like it to put it in our Ninja Creamy.
It's good in the Ninja Creamy.
We make, basically we make a protein shake and then freeze it and it goes in the Ninja Creamy and it spins it up and it makes it like an ice cream consistency.
A frozen dessert.
Which is delicious. And Wendy Herrera. I'm Barb Herrera. Dad immigrated from Cuba in 1959. A billion Herreras in Havana alone. Wow. If we're related, fun times ahead. I don't know what that says. Is that a food?
Pantanos Maduros, yeah.
Is that a food? Yay. Linda says, I'm pretty sure the Fairlife are lactose. Yeah, that's another reason why I like them. I think they're easier on my stomach. I will consume Splenda, but as a college student that may or may not have left teacups laying around, the ones with honey always grew mold. The ones with Splenda never did. Yeah, because Splenda's artificial and honey's like real.
That's right.
Sugar, right? Yvonne Gomez, hello. Is anyone having trouble getting on Mochi portal? I did see that online today. I think it's like shut itself down with no access or Mochi calling back after you left a message. My portal has been glitching 2 days now. We're on a Slack channel for Mochi influencers, and I did see that posted there today that some people are having trouble getting online, getting in their portal. There's a number. They have a 24-hour day, 7-day a week phone number to call, and they're just having, everybody's coming at them right now, and they're just having trouble getting to everyone, and that's really, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you what's happening. You can also send an email to hello@joinmochi.com, and you might get a faster response that way. We have been given that email to share with people as a way to get help. So let me say that again. It's hello@joinmochi.com. So I would try that. The Wicked Cuts beef chips are good and easier to chew.
We'll go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff. Typically when we do this, we'll get 8 or 10 or 12 different. We just eat little small pieces because I don't need 2,000 calories of salty beef. But
yeah. Kolchak 357. The Equate protein shakes taste good and are a good price at Walmart. Yeah, that's the Walmart private brand. So that's he's like an expert in private brands. If y'all didn't know,
that's what they tell me.
He's like famous to a very small portion of America that knows about private brands. One time someone asked him for his autograph, and I was like, you've got to be kidding. We were at a trade show on private brands. Crazy. I've lost 30 pounds in 2 years. Alan Davis, 20.25 per week. Anyway, still better than I started. 69 years old. Lots of health issues. I enjoy and get help from my favorite channel. Well, it looks like you're going right along there. So those little losses add up. For sure.
And that's when people ask how much am I going to lose, and you say lots of health issues. That's kind of the story. It's because everybody has a unique health situation. And those all contribute to weight gain or weight loss,
right? And
how the medications work. So, there's no way for anybody to know what's going to happen. But talk to your doctor and work with them because these medications have a lot of other benefits beyond just weight loss.
Took my 3rd shot, Deb Bowler, and still haven't lost any weight. Okay, well, keep going. I also had my first visit with a dietitian, and she told me not to do protein bars and shakes. Yeah, dietitians really like you to eat real food, as does Christopher Durham. And I think in the beginning, I think whatever sounds good to you is what you should eat, because in the beginning you don't have a lot of appetite anyway. You can't fit a lot of food in there. If you've taken your 3rd shot and you haven't lost any weight, like zero, like you started at 193 and today you're 193, like really is it 0? Because the average is 0.5 pound to 2 pounds a week.
And remember, it's also an average across time.
Right. So, and you're just getting started. You might need to go to a higher dose. So ask your doctor about that, but really give it the full month and see. And the dietitian didn't like the protein bars and shakes. Some of them don't. I mean, they have additives and things in them that, aren't whole
It's very
foods.
processed food.
Yeah. Jackie Duckham. I also use the Aldi protein powder and love when they have the chocolate. Me too. I've got some in the pantry.
We do.
But it's not always available. Yeah, it's only like 1/2 of the year has it. Add to Fairlife milk, third banana, some flax seeds, some frozen rice cauliflower. Jackie, you lost me at the rice cauliflower.
Cauliflower doesn't taste like anything, so it wouldn't matter.
You won't even eat rice cauliflower
I like
as
because
dinner.
I just like regular cauliflower. I don't want it to pretend to be. I don't like food that
offended.
pretends to be other things.
He gets morally offended by cauliflower that pretends to be rice.
Because
it's not allowed.
Not good cauliflower or good rice.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but I do. Yeah. So Aldi has a good protein powder that I like. They also have some good ready to drink shakes that are a pretty good price that I'll buy sometimes. Right now, I'm still going through our supply of muscle milk protein shakes and own shakes.
Because we got them from the testing.
We bought a case to do the taste test, and I'm like, I'm not throwing these away. They're too expensive, but I don't like to drink them just plain, so I'm putting them in my coffee.
Which is why we're probably not taste testing powders anytime soon.
Yeah, because then you have to buy a whole container of the bulk powder, and
I mean, I don't need
$1,000 in protein powder. Yeah,
that would last forever.
I'll just tell you to buy Aldi. The end. It's Darium says, that's great progress at Ellen Davis. How do you feel now? How does your body feel after the weight loss? Hi, guys. Hi, Dan Hubbard. Thanks for watching. Another great live show. Barb says, Deb, I would not be able to get all my protein in without protein shake or protein drink. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Barb. We all get to make our own decisions about what goes in our mouths. Indeed, we are all adults here, mostly. I hope. Amble has tirzepatide. They are calling it customized GLP-GIP. They have 12-month supply options.
Mindy, I looked at the Amble stuff the other day because somebody had told me that, and you had to. It's kind of hard to find. You had to work through the whole questionnaire and answer the questions
in
correctly.
The right way. Yeah.
And you had to say basically that you had an allergy to semaglutide or something. And
I've seen that.
There was it was kind of hard to find.
I think they're trying to, just fly under the radar. So so Big Brother doesn't catch them and send them a cease and desist. Pretty Poppy Patch. Reordered tirzepatide on the 15th. Got a message that the medication was shipped today. I consider this fast, considering the pivot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting to go now. So, yeah, that's good to hear. I'd like to know how you chose the med.
I think you
I answered that.
Asked this question.
I was told tirzepatide was more effective than semaglutide, so I picked the more effective one because I really didn't know when I started, so that's what I did. And my friend had lost weight on Mounjaro, so I said, I'll do that one. Dan Hubbard, I'm from the UK and feel lucky we don't have to pay nowhere as much as you. Yes, you guys do pay a lot less. Thank God for the NHS regulating reasonable prices over here. I paid 109. Is that pounds, Christopher? For my last.
That is pounds.
Quick fin. Somebody put something in euros and asked me how much it was.
Price in Spain.
And I tried to translate it, but I must have Googled it wrong and it came up pound sterling, and I posted that, and Christopher's like, why? What did you do? I'm like, I don't know.
Sterling and euros are not. We actually, Laraine interviewed a lady named Mona from the UK yesterday.
Yes.
She was living in Ireland, but she was British.
Ireland.
Who was 600 pounds plus. Fascinating lady. It'll post next week.
Mm-hmm.
And the public healthcare system in Ireland had really taken care of this lady. It is a fascinating story. And she
was inpatient therapy to mental health to physical therapy to medication.
It'll be,
Bravo,
watch for that
Ireland.
One next week. Her name is Mona.
Yep.
So she was pretty cool.
I agree with Barb. But Deb, you've got to get the protein in. And if bars and shapes can help, keep getting it in, right? My dietitian said it's okay, especially if you're having difficulty getting it in meals. Yeah, sometimes it's like I just can't eat a whole 4 ounces of chicken breast, right? But I could sip on a protein shake and maybe that would be okay. I tell my boyfriend I'm on the ice zombie juice because he's always known me to run hot, and I have never been as cold as I am now.
Understand that?
I get it. Ice zombie juice. When the zombies come, we'll be cold. That's a great price at Dan Hubbard. I'm glad you have access to the meds. Yep. We're all going to go to the UK and buy our meds. I'm also in Michigan.
There are plans to do foreign trips if we have to. We're going to be Smokey and the Bandit of the...
Well, we won't be driving across the Atlantic, but...
I'm going to get my Trans Am and go across the Atlantic. Or Canada.
Are there any transatlantic cruises we could go on?
There are.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of sea days. It'd probably be too many sea days for me. I'm also in Michigan, and this winter was really easy, and I have still never been this cold. Yeah, Michigan's cold. My pickleball instructor moved here from Michigan. So I took a pickleball lesson yesterday at my gym, and it was Pickleball 101. So I've taken 2 or 3 lessons now. And so I was really a little bit more advanced in Pickleball 101. But it was pretty fun. And I went over the scoring. The scoring is what I have to like get down, and whether you stand in the front or whether you stand in the back, and whether you go this way or it has to bounce twice, and you have to know the rules. And so it was a good refresher. We like pickleball. We want to start playing pickleball more. I drink 30-gram chocolate. Yep, I like it nice and cold. Sometimes I add it to coffee in the morning. Yep, that's the plant-based one I have. Hello, does anyone know what the bud dates are for Lilly Direct vials?
I don't, but I have heard they're pretty far out.
Further out.
The challenge, though, is the way that program is written. They're only at that lower price if you continue to order every 45 days.
Right. So
if you
try to stretch
skip
it
an order,
out,
it goes up $200.
they say no, no, no. They don't want you splitting the dose. They don't want you stretching the dose. They don't want you to take half a dose. That's why they're making you reorder every 45 days. And if you don't, they're going to raise your price. Thanks, Eli Lilly. Stephen Holland says, when I first started Mounjaro, I went through a few weeks of being insanely cold, especially in my hands, for a day or two after the shot. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was definitely not hot. It's warmer in Jacksonville. Yeah. So, yeah, when did we take our shot? We take our shots on Friday, and today is Wednesday.
Correct.
So I shouldn't really be freezing. So the shot has a half-life in your body of 5 days.
Yep.
So on day 5, 6, 7, you might notice your hunger comes back a little stronger than it is on days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just something to be aware of. Mom Cass says, yes, LOL, my name is Cassandra. The first part did come from Mama Cass. My mama loved the mamas and the papas.
Nice.
So we were watching American Idol
on
Sunday night, and there was this girl who was auditioning, and she said, oh, can I bring in my family? Or, it was a setup. And they're like, oh, okay, who's your family? And in comes in Carney Wilson and what's her sister's name?
I don't remember. Anyway, two of Wilson Phillips.
Two of Wilson, the Wilson, the Phillips. Which one was, it wasn't one of those?
Well, the Wilsons are from the Beach Boys, and the Phillips are from the Mamas and the Papas.
And the Mamas and Papas is Mama Cass.
Right, but
not Mama
Cass died.
Cass.
She didn't have kids.
Yeah. Anyway, Mamas and Papas. So, so the girl got to audition on American Idol with 2 members of Wilson Phillips, and they sang Hold On for One More Day. Which is a good theme song right now when you're waiting for your medication.
And when you bring the band who sang the song as your backup singers, you get through.
You got through, yeah. Dan says at Darium, that's because I go private. If I got it through my doctor, it would be free. I think Dan's in the UK, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Stephen Holland, we should meet. My daughter lives in Jacksonville, and I'm up there from Orlando pretty often. Mm-hmm. Does Megan live in Jacksonville, or Megan lives in Texas?
Lives in Texas.
The other daughter lives in Jacksonville. That's a good deal. Is it difficult to get from the doctor? I've heard people in the UK talking about it's a couple more steps. If you have to go online and upload a picture. Remember that lady was telling us that we interviewed?
Yeah, somebody sent me, it might have been Steven, I don't remember. Somebody sent me a whole chart of every pharmacy and how much Mounjaro cost at the pharmacies, and it was pretty fascinating.
In the UK? And in the UK, they have these quick pens
where
you dial on the end, it has more than one dose in it, and you just put a new needle on the top every week, and you dial the dose. I don't know why we don't have this here.
Felice, I've been waiting for a PA approval for almost a month, thinking of changing to Mochi. What is the procedure to join Mochi? Well, first of all, if you think there's a chance for your insurance to cover it, I would let your insurance cover it or have it be very cheap, because cheap or free is better than anything else. Mochi, you can go to joinmochi.com and it's pretty easy. You just fill it out.
Has your doctor sent the prior authorization to the insurance? And if he has or she has is the insurance holding on approving it or not approving it? You might call your insurance company and ask some questions, because you might be waiting on something that's not going to come. Our insurance doesn't cover any weight loss medications, and I think randomly our doctors put in the prior authorization sometimes when we ask them for refills. Christopher's got a prescription for Zepbound, which we use sometimes, and we get a letter from the insurance company saying, "Yep, still not approving you for that prior authorization." We're like, "Yeah,
but
we know."
if you have other comorbidities too, it depends on what it was written for. So sleep apnea is now covered by a lot of folks. There's other things, type 2 diabetes. So I would let it run its process. You know,
Mochi is slammed backed up right now. So you can go check out their website. Go to joinmochi.com, check them out, but they're really backed up because they just switched compounding pharmacies. So just know that. Lori says, good evening. Been watching, listening at work. Love all the content. Well, thanks, Lori. Nice to see you here. Wendy Herrera says, at Health Any Cost, my hubby's family is from Mexico, with most settled in Texas. KM, hey all. Has anyone tried the Me 360 3D body scan app? Does Mark Clem use that?
I believe Mark does.
I think Mark Clem uses that. My iPhone is too old and my iOS doesn't support the app. Oh, bummer. Seems like it could be pretty neat if it scans accurately. I think I looked at it and I downloaded it. And do you have to pay? I think you might have had to pay for that app, and I hate paying for apps, so I didn't do it. But if somebody knows, they can put a comment in there and let us know. It does seem cool. Does Eli Lilly work if you are over 65?
Medicare. Well, there's two different things with Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly has two different plans. They have a savings card that if your doctor wrote you a prescription for Zepbound, you can get it. Well, let me finish. That you can use the savings card on it. If you're on Medicaid, unfortunately, the savings card does not work. So it would reduce it from $1,000 to $650.
But it doesn't.
Unfortunately, because of federal law, they do not allow those sorts of coupons, and it's not a Eli Lilly thing. There's a regulation that prohibits it. I was having a long conversation with one of our viewers named Cloakster the other day, and we kind of dove deep into the Lilly Direct pricing on vials. Lilly Direct pricing on vials is not dependent on a coupon. It is just a cash price. So if your doctor sends it in, you should be able to still buy the Lilly Direct vials. The real key there is you don't want them to run the insurance. You got to pay cash. Don't just say just say it's a cash price and that's all.
Well, they won't even take your insurance.
They won't even take it.
They don't go through insurance.
So there's two programs.
Your doctor can send your prescription to Lilly Direct, and I think for the starting dose it's $349, $399.
That's right.
It's still expensive, and they don't send you the syringes. You have to pay extra for those.
I think it's $5 for syringes.
But anyway, yeah. Does Eli Lilly work if you're over 65? By work, you mean like the medicine has worked for people as old as in their 80s.
Yeah.
It's just dependent on you personally, so it could. Lori says, good evening. You already put that one. No, I don't think so. She likes the cooking videos, Christopher. She's the one person that watched the cooking videos. No, just kidding. Mindy watches them too, and Barb watches them too.
We're going to end up in a few months because we do our conference for our other business, and then we'll be traveling. So we'll have a busy couple of weeks. So I'll probably film some more cooking videos because when we're doing stuff like that, we try and film and get kind of stuff preloaded so I don't have to We don't do it every day. So you
Mhm.
may see some more cooking videos coming out then.
Mm. All right. Well, let's take a couple more, and then I think we're going to say goodnight, Gracie. Dan says, it really depends on your doctor. At present, it's still new, but over here, some doctors are still reluctant to give it out. And this is in the UK. But if you get a doctor who is happy with it, yeah, it's easy. That's good to know.
Oh, so Blue, anytime Leno when tirzepatide might be approved for alcohol use disorder. So they have studies in the field. They're not all back yet. I think it'll be the middle of next year before they're back.
And what qualifies for alcohol use disorder?
I
The
don't
doctor
know.
just has to say,
no, I mean,
check,
there's the
the
studies they have. There is criteria. I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Drink 22 drinks a week.
Essentially, David Ricks, who's
level?
David Ricks, who's the CEO of Eli Lilly, has said that they are actively pursuing as many comorbidities as possible. So alcohol use disorders is certainly one of those, and he's mentioned it. So it's not a surprise. They're pushing as hard and fast because they believe the real solution in the American healthcare system is to get it approved for as many people as possible, for as many comorbidities as possible.
Well, of course, that's what.
But it's maybe end of next year would be my guess, but it's hard to say. The research has to come back. Typically, they'll present it. They'll ask for Medicare and Medicaid to approve it first. If Medicare and Medicaid approves it, then typically other insurance will begin to cover it as well.
I mean, like, how do I get approved for alcohol use disorder?
Well, you have to go to the doctor and be diagnosed.
What? Yeah, like what? Like, I don't know. Piggy made a super chat. Piggy, thank you for your super chat. $9.99.
Oh, that's the old one.
That's the old one. Lily takes FSA cards. Okay, so what's an FSA card? It's a federal savings account.
Yeah.
And it's for healthcare. So it's an account you put money after taxes into.
Before taxes.
No, I think one's pre-tax
and
one's
on taxes.
All right, so this is the one. HSA is the one after taxes. I just opened an HSA. An FSA goes in pre-tax through your employer into an account, and Lily Direct will take your. Thank you, Piggy. Your FSA card, which is not insurance. It's like a savings account you set up for yourself for medications through your employer.
Do it pre-tax, so you're saving a little bit of money.
Yeah, maybe 30% if you're in that tax bracket.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I think they take HSA too. You guys have me in stitches tonight. Thank you. We'll see you on the cruise. Cruise is coming up. She's a cruiser. Tracy says, last week you posed the question to Christopher about how much he would draw out now that he's moving into maintenance. How will you be calculating for a lower dose based on units?
Fractions.
Algebra. He likes to do it fractions. I like to use algebra, and I solve for X. So if 16.6 milligrams equals 50 units, how many units is 12.5 milligrams? Make an algebra equation and solve for X. That's how I figure it out.
I don't do it that way.
He doesn't do it that way. If you're doing the dose in half, right? Everybody can divide the dose in half, right?
Our pharmacy that we're still drawing from is the 16.6. So we'll say and it's 50 units. I will honestly probably go down in units of 10 and just step down the dose.
I'll go from 50 units to 40 units to 30.
Yeah, just because it's easy.
Well,
and
that's no fun. That's not scientific. I can't speak to that on a 13,000 subscriber basis.
Yes, but it's much easier to draw, and it's just.
Well, if you let me do the algebra, I've got little Post-it notes on our refrigerator of how much.
The problem is that there's no way to draw a 0.3.
Well,
in a syringe that doesn't exist.
Something I calculated was like 30 point whatever. So it's like, okay, we'll do 30 units. Even those lines on the syringe, right? Like,
not that accurate.
Who can see? These are even rubbed off. Like, who can see those little lines?
But it's a math equation. So every pharmacy does this a little bit different. So don't go off any numbers. We have said look at yours, and if you're getting whatever, and you have to do the math. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to walk through it too much because I don't want people to
we are not doctors or pharmacists.
misdose themselves. If you get a batch of medication in the mail and there's no label on it and there's no instructions as to how many units you need to take for your dose, you need to call that pharmacy, call that provider immediately. Do not try to guess, because we had a viewer that happened to her, and she overdosed
read your
herself,
instructions. And
you have to make sure you're following your pharmacy's dosing instruction, because it can vary pharmacy to pharmacy.
Thanks, Shorty.
Thanks, Shorty. 12,000 subscribers. Woohoo.
Yeah. Not dumb at all. Units are relative to the pharmacy, not the milligrams of medication. So units from one person to another does not equate.
Happy to help. HTH.
So we're going to be out of here in just a minute.
Oh, it's Kimberly Coulson. She lives in the UK.
And her metabolic age is 6 years higher than her actual age.
Oh, my gosh.
Nydia, hello, Nydia.
Oh, Nydia, hey. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps the channel grow and brings you even more great content. Thank you very much, Nydia. Nydia is one of my moderator helpers on my Facebook group, the Downsized GLP-1 Adventure, if you want to join. Lila, hi from Central Washington. I'm in the middle of my 4th week and down 10 pounds. Finally out from under the food noise cloud. Great. Love your content. Yep. When that food noise goes away, boy, it's like, is this what other people feel like during the day? They don't keep a running commentary in their head all the time.
So it's Darren, China Phillips, and it wasn't neither one of those. The other sister was the third one, and I don't remember.
China Phillips is the blonde one.
Yeah.
And then Carney was the chunky one. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but we know who that one is. And then there was that third one that was sisters with Carney, but I don't remember her name. So something Wilson, and she had the dark hair too. So it was the 2 Wilson sisters that were on American Idol the other night with Carney's daughter. It's kind of cool.
I'm going to take a couple more, and then we are going to get out of there. Do either of you ever feel hungry? I'm on 5 milligrams, and I still do feel hungry at times. I thought tirzepatide would stop me from feeling hungry. So here's the thing. Hunger is not a bad thing. Your body's supposed to be hungry sometimes.
Yeah.
The real challenge is
it's hard to justify that, though,
learning what the appropriate hunger is.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many of us are driven by that food noise that says eat, survive. So as part of that, so you're on 5 milligrams, you said, so you're probably a couple of months in, right? It just takes a little while. It does.
And I think, it's important to realize that you want to get to a point where you're hungry at meal times. It's appropriate and it's okay to be hungry at meal times. If you're hungry at random times in the day, I mean, really stop and assess. Am I really hungry? Am I bored? Am I tired? Am I thirsty? You have to make sure you're getting in enough water, because you can forget to drink water too. So also look at the day of the week that you get hungry on. Is it 5 days after you took your shot? Because it wears off a little bit after 5 days. So, just look at all those kinds of things. If you're still hungry all the time and you've been on 5 milligrams for a while, ask your doctor. Maybe he needs to adjust your medication. The best advice I can give newcomers, stick with the Downsized. Oh, thanks, Peggy. I have had some rough times, and you two have kept me going. Thank you for listening. Oh, well, thanks for watching, Peggy. That's sweet.
African and Blessed to Travel's coming on the cruise, too. She's a member. You guys
we already read that one.
Read that? Anyway, well, hello again.
Here comes JoJo.
Let's see here.
Come up here,
JoJo. Steph V, is Mounjaro and tirzepatide being produced even though they are the same thing? Well, so tirzepatide is the actual medication that is in Mounjaro and Zepbound. Mounjaro and Zepbound are in the United States. Mounjaro and Zepbound are the same drug. So we have 2 different pens here.
So here's probably a Mounjaro pen. It says Mounjaro tirzepatide injection. And this one says Zepbound tirzepatide injection.
So in the United States, there are 2 different medications that are the same medication with a different brand on them.
She's in the U.S.
Right. Mounjaro is typically written for type 2 diabetes, and Zepbound is typically written for obesity and now sleep apnea and a few
But wait,
other things.
she's asking is Mounjaro and Zepbound.
And tirzepatide.
I mean, Mounjaro and tirzepatide
Right.
being produced.
Yep, it is.
Well, Mounjaro, yeah, I think
Not
I
sure
don't
what
know.
you think
Steph,
of.
email me your question. I'll clarify for you.
Here we go. Lily Directs have a bud dates 14 months after I got
Wow.
them last order and had bud date of June 2026. So it's a long way out.
I mean, here comes the kitty. If you are holding them that long, your price is going to go up. So, it's nice to know that they'll be good for a while, but you should probably use it as soon as you get it because otherwise
on the pen says good. Good.
Hey, Dave.
Good evening. Hey, Dave. How are you
Dave
doing,
Knapp,
man?
what's
That was a
happening?
great interview you did today, man.
Slow responder. No worries. Yeah, Dave, we were talking about
Dave's
your
floating around talking about here.
About your
Wendy
interview
Wilson
with
is the other one.
guy.
Thank you.
Wendy Wilson. Yes. Hold on for one more day.
Now,
We?
Mackenzie was Mackenzie Phillips, who was in One Day at a Time. Was the older sister in One Day at a Time.
Mackenzie Phillips is the actress.
But she was, and she did kind of appear
She's
in the
not
band
related
later.
to the other Phillips people.
Yeah, she is.
Is she a sister to the blonde Wilson Phillips lady?
I think so. Or maybe a cousin. Not sure.
Is she?
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. All right. That is us for this evening.
Wait, JoJo wants to say hi. JoJo. Say hi, JoJo. JoJo says, I cannot be held. I cannot be contained.
If you have not already, please like and subscribe. We deeply appreciate it. If you'd like to be a part of the Downsized Dish and do an interview with Laraine or myself, email Laraine at thedownsized.org. As always, join us most Wednesday nights at 7 Eastern Standard Time. If not, we'll tell you when it's different. And please make sure you go and visit thedownsized.org. Sign up for our email list. That way we can stay in touch with you. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in social media. I want to make sure we have contact with you.
Yep.
And of course, if you'd like to be a part of the Club Downsize, you can click on that join button underneath and do it. And we would love to see you on the cruise. So,
Downsize at sea. Dave, come on the cruise with us.
Yeah,
Find
Dave,
a babysitter or bring the kids.
Bring the kids.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, Kimberly says, JoJo, she's like right off the camera. Like, JoJo, come a little bit. She's like, I do what I want because I'm a cat. But yeah, we hope that you guys will like and subscribe to our channel. We just hit 12,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. We've got about 222 likes. So if you haven't liked already,
185 people on here. Tell all your friends. All right.
Hit the like button, share with someone who might want to know about the joys of GLP-1s. And
that's us for this evening.
That'll do it.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And I'm Christopher Durham.
And that's JoJo. JoJo Durham.
See you later.
JoJo.